Good evening and welcome to episode 128 for Schnozzcast on Saturday, June 12th, 2021. Welcome, everyone. This is Bob, joined by my stalwart companions, Nick Bader, Cory Selesky, and special guest this week, Mr. James Pappas. So thanks for joining us. We're going to get into a number of different things, maybe a little mixtape mashup, a little gentleman's agreement in the second half. We'll Funko This, as we always do, and a little pick of the week at the end. Gentlemen, how are you?
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
That's right.
Wow.
Love it.
Happy Record Store Day, too. I was out there for
Only you would know that, sir.
2 hours, waiting in line trying to get my fix, my vinyl fix.
Where'd you go?
Dearborn Music.
Of course.
The line went, do you know where Dearborn Music is?
Yeah, absolutely.
It went down to the end of the block, around the block, and then back into the neighborhood. But they do it a cool way, the way that we used to do it back in the day, where if you wanted concert tickets, you go to Repeat the Beat, and you'd sit out there all night.
Outstanding.
You'd sit out there all night long and get yourself a ticket, and then they would call your number. And so they do something similar where there's guys who literally have been sitting out there since like 4:30 in the morning with camp chairs and shit. But I rolled in there 5 minutes before the store opened, and I had to walk back in the neighborhood, get them back at the end of the line, and this guy comes around with a big piece of cardboard for everybody to write on, and then another person comes around, hands everybody a pen, and the last guy comes around, he's like, here's your 5-page manifesto on all the things that are for sale. You give a check for what you want, and then when you walk to the front again, and as the line moves up, you just drop it off, and you tear off the ticket, you take half of it, and then they just fucking pull the lottery. And they text you when your order's ready.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. So by the time I got out of there, which was the store open at 8, I walked out of there at 9:45 with my shit. And I think I got over half of what I asked for. There were guys that had been there for almost 12 hours who didn't get half the things that they wanted.
It's called a score. It's called a score, brother.
Jimmy, you got to move closer to the mic because you are a little bit quiet.
A little bit better?
There we go.
That is it. So, thank you everyone for joining. If you are new to the podcast, please join us here every weekend. And we'll be here next weekend for episode 129, as we always are.
As we do.
But hold on. The weekend after that, 130.
It's going to be 130? That's an awesome spot for it to fall on.
It is. It's a round number.
That's it would be awesome if it was 150, but
What is 150?
the episode number?
No, the episode number is 128. What is 150? What's the significance?
I'm saying where Bob was going with that is we're going to be up north for 130.
I love how he's got my back. Where Bob was going with
No,
this
yeah,
was-
I understand he has your back. I just don't know what's the...
I was thinking for 150 would be that would have been
more,
awesome.
More milestone?
Yeah.
Milestone-y.
A milestone to be up
I mean,
north.
130, I mean, even number, that's good.
No, that is awesome.
A round number, an even number,
I like it.
not a prime number.
Mm,
I totally
Might
pulled that
be
on
Your
my ass.
connection
I am
was so
not
good up until that point. Bob, don't go there.
So we're going to be up in Oscoda, and the plan, I think, is to do a remote podcast in 2 weekends up from Oscoda, from the beaches.
It's June 25th.
Is that the date?
Yeah, June 25th through the 3rd.
I don't think we've quite worked out what date we're going to do the podcast, but it's going to be...
No. I'm talking about when we're going.
Yeah. No one gives a shit. They just want to know...
Wow.
Our devoted fans want to know when are we going to be podcasting. And it'll be that weekend, either Friday or Saturday, as we always do, but we'll just be on the beach.
We are going to...
we could do it during the week.
Yes.
I'm saying we pick an optimal day that we can do it. We can have it done and not have to worry about it doing it at the end of the week.
I don't worry about it. I look forward to it.
As do I.
Oh, okay.
But
we got to remember that. Are you planning on Facebook live streaming this shit again?
yeah, it's gonna be a very simple, broken down live stream.
So let's go with the weekend, as we should, because that's when our audience is going to be available to watch us. No one's going to give a shit about us on a Tuesday.
All right,
night.
that's fine. As long as during the day this time, correct?
We can do any time.
All
as
right.
long as
So let's do it during the day.
Yep.
Not worry about doing it at night. Last minute thing.
People are not working. It's going to be great.
We'll get up. We'll do it, and it'll.
So Sorry. So so please plan on that. We would love to have you watching us. But in the meantime, if you want to stream us, all of our past episodes are available out on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, anywhere you can get a podcast. You can also follow us on social media on Instagram at Schnozzcast, on Facebook at Schnozzcast, and on YouTube at Schnozzcast.
Yeah.
If you're more of an emailing person and you're like, I want to type all this stuff and I don't want to listen, I got questions for these guys, you can email us at schnozzcast@gmail.com, or you can call or text us on the Shocker line at 618-SHOCKER.
Speaking of which, the Shocker line did go off when we were setting everything up.
Nick, were you aware?
It went off?
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah,
I heard some moaning.
We heard the...
It sounded just like that. Just like it.
That's because none of you fuckers has the stones to imitate the
No.
ringtone for the,
It was
for the Shocker line.
it was not paying for the service, so it was a notification, like an advertisement notification. So it was a
Damn it!
false positive.
Oh, we heard it though.
Yes.
All right, so, but we're live on Facebook right now, correct?
Yes.
All right, so... Oh, okay, so we've got a fantastic waitress, Mrs. Callie Slesky, who's passing out... Sure,
Yeah,
why
let those get cold.
Yeah, they need to be cool.
Okay.
But she's passing out shots. We're gonna
so if we
mix it up
don't
a
take
little
them,
bit.
you're leaving with them.
What? Okay, that's whatever you want us to do is fine. You want us to do this right now?
Right now.
So, and
Okay.
let's also,
Yeah.
if you could swing your microphone around. Actually, Callie, go sit down real quick where Nick's sitting at.
No, I'm good right here. What?
You wanted to say hi to everyone and be on the podcast.
Yeah.
So this is your opportunity. This is your chance to shine.
Hello, everyone.
There you go.
First time ever. In like 2 years, you guys been asking me.
You came down.
Well, yeah, thanks for finally coming through.
Dylan,
was she-
do you want to? No. Dylan's okay.
Hold on, is she even on camera? Because she's standing.
You can stand right here in between us. Right here. Are you sure?
I don't think she's.
Come on.
I think all you saw were her legs.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's much better.
You're good now.
All right.
Hold on. No. We've got little fireball being poured.
Yeah, slow down. I'm trying to pour this for us, so we can do a shot.
I'm just waiting for the shot glass.
I mean, we got the fucking whole family here. Jesus
It's a
Christ.
family affair.
God. It's the studio.
Here's to you guys. Thank you for dropping by. Thanks for the booze.
Thank you
Cheers
so
to
much.
the audience. Salute.
Like I said, you guys can come back after if you want. More than welcome. Nope. She said
We're going
they're
kayaking
good.
tomorrow.
Nope, they don't
You're
want
not,
to.
and you're not, so you guys
They
are
just want to
losers.
give us copious amounts of shots within about 10 minutes.
Yeah, and then yell at us because
And
we're
then
going to be
leave.
too drunk to
Yeah.
kayak in the morning.
No, losers and not going tomorrow.
Oh, you're
Well,
going home.
Callie Slesky, it has been a pleasure.
You're going home to listen to. She said she was going home to listen to the podcast. Okay.
Yes, it has.
For the record, I will be there.
Thank you. For once, see?
For those
once.
keeping track,
You're
are you still here? I thought you was leaving.
How many people have gone kayaking more than everyone in this
It's
room?
not a contest, but that's fine.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Not a
So
contest.
I don't want to hear it. No, more than Cory.
No one wants to hear it, including the people who are paying to listen to us right now.
You guys are trapped for laughing.
Wait, there's people paying for this? No, Bob. God damn
We
it.
don't have a paying service. We're not monetized.
So
Apparently, Bob's
we
always
are
like-
we are actually monetized.
I see you.
You as well.
Perhaps I forgot to mention. Love you.
Love you.
I love you too, Bob.
Nice to meet you, sir. Perhaps I forgot to mention that we are monetized. I signed us up for ads at the tail end of the podcast only on Podbean.
Okay.
Because I didn't know that they had that. I want the ability to control when the ad comes. I don't want like mid-sentence me being interrupted by an ad. So I'm like, okay, if I can pick and I could say, all right, this podcast I'm about to publish is 2 hours and 4 minutes long, I'm okay with an ad at the 2 hour, 4 minute mark. That's it.
I understand. You do not want that voice interrupted.
No.
Yeah.
No, these dulcet tones shall not be interrupted by the likes of you.
So do we
Swan Hotel.
know who we're monetized by?
Nope,
Has it
it's
happened
a
yet?
It's a random ad. I've checked a couple times and I haven't seen, but it's not up to me. It's whoever picks up on the podcast and listen to us and decides that they want to put their ad at the end.
So it could be like Gert's butt plugs.
Absolutely.
I'd be more than fine with that.
Well,
I
Cory,
think, I think it's a short list of things we find with.
Speaking of which,
We're
I have one in right now.
Cory's been saying, he's been hinting for years that he's okay with the ad
Hit us up,
stuff,
Gertz,
so-
because your butt plugs are already in use.
They are already used.
Yep.
currently in use.
Built-in audience.
Yeah, sorry, sat wrong.
Corey's like,
I'm on the wrong side of the table.
Corey's like,
Right now.
Corey's like,
Hey, buddy.
Danielle can control the vibrations from her phone.
Don't look at me. Don't even look at me when you have that thing on. Do not even look at me when you have that thing on.
Crabby.
No,
Oh.
Gertz does not have the remote control. Or
No, Danielle
so
does.
so I've heard.
if you don't come home on time, I'm gonna turn it on high.
That's why I always stay.
She's like, so. She's
Who's
like,
being a bad boy this week?
she's
I
like,
feel that.
she's like, so.
Thank you, Daddy.
I've realized that please don't say that. She's like, I've realized that calls in the morning do not wake Corey up after he's been drinking. But if I activate this,
Yep.
If
If
anything,
the futon's a buzzing, don't come and knock it.
if anything, that just makes me more relaxed and puts me even further
no,
back
I
to
have a
sleep.
feeling if you were asleep and that occurred, first of all, I don't know why we're talking about an ass plug in your inside.
It's
No,
so
no,
uncomfortable.
no,
I'm not gonna
let's-
lie.
I have a
I've been drinking more whiskey as possible.
I have a feeling. I have a feeling if that were to happen, he would shit the bed immediately in his sleep.
Yep. You would.
Oh, God.
It would take a little bit, but
Immediate bed shit.
you know.
In the bed, my futon bed.
I was
In my
gonna say,
home.
I'd be.
Let's-
yeah,
let's
let's
make
Oh
clear.
shit!
clarify,
Oh
let's
shit!
clarify.
They're walking back in. This is probably not good. I could see the legs
Okay.
walking back.
No, I
little-
just put the keys in my keys in the backyard.
Little pacing going
Just
on.
now?
Yeah, she had to take stuff from Dylan's truck. I put in my car.
After they left you.
Yes, and
Okay.
then now they're putting the keys back.
Okay, is this the Selesky cast? I mean, seriously.
The Selesky report.
I apologize.
No, I love-
But thank you for letting
love
me
seeing
come
her.
over and hang out. And I know, even for the little bit that they were here, she was definitely overjoyed by it. So
No, I love seeing her. I don't, but she's not overjoyed to stay or come back.
Look, we've
which is
been
crazy.
trying to get either of your sisters on the podcast for 2 years now.
yeah, and there's a problem with both because Callie will do just that. That's literally all she wanted. Was just
Yeah.
be able to say hello, be on camera, be on the recording, and be done with it. There's no way she would sit here for 2 hours and have anything to do with anything we're discussing. Keegan, on the other hand, we wouldn't be able to say anything edgewise, and if we tried to, she would probably take the mic and throw it at one of us.
What? Oh, wow.
Oh, she'd be very violent about it.
What's edgewise? Gina says your audio's on the fritz.
Audio's on the
Who in
fritz?
particular? The Schnozzcast?
The live stream?
I don't know. That's all she says.
That's helpful. Gina, elaborate, please.
Hold on. Fritz is capitalized, so she might be talking about a person.
Oh no. Oh no. No, we can't. Nope, not going there. All right, so the shocker line. Did I ever finish the intro? I feel like I
don't
might
think you
have.
did.
I feel like I was close. Oh, that's right. You said we got a call on the shocker line, but Nick said it was all advertising.
Yeah, it was an advertisement, but it did work, so that's positive. So if you wanna text 618 shocker, surprisingly, after all the butt plug stuff, I would understand if you don't want to, but if you do, 618 shocker will release a secret sound.
Cut Crabby's micro. He's got to make an adjustment.
If I cut his mic, I'm cutting your mic.
Oh shit! God damn it!
Oh, I'm
Which I don't have any problem
I know
doing.
we're both
That's
okay.
fine.
with that.
Go-
So is that
go-
number?
Actually, you know, go.
Sorry, you're gone.
That was it.
I'm sorry. So, Bob, God, I've been waiting for this moment for so long.
Oh, you know what we can do? We can swap the segments and go into a little mixtape mashup.
I don't know what that means.
That is the music trivia section that you were going to do.
Oh, that's what you called it.
Yeah, because it's
Whoa.
At the
You
lack
just
of
turned
any
Italian?
other-
What just happened there?
Yeah, because the lack of any other sort of title, I had to come
By
up
the
with
way, I
something.
apologize to any Italian out there because that was the worst possible Italian by both.
No, that was pretty accurate. We played it kind of loose.
Yeah.
Well,
Typically.
there weren't any, let's say, Italian meatball shop owners that would sound like that, but we approximated, as you said.
Yeah, we can do the mixtape mashup if you want.
Okay. It'll just be you and me starting. We could definitely do that.
You know that song, I used to always think it was You and I promise to love, but it's actually Here and Now.
Is it?
For years. For years. My buddy
For the entire time I've known you.
My buddy Tony and I used to always sing You and I promise to love faithfully, but
You
it's
have
Here and
inadvertently
Now.
serenaded me with that song for ever since I've known you.
I like it better as You and I.
Well, let's just keep it.
But it's we can keep it together.
No, I say keep it the way it is. We're less likely to run into copyright infringement.
Yeah.
We're not using the proper words.
Yeah.
Good.
Is that the way it's being used right now? The way Nick just sang it?
Well, that's the way we're using it.
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as he sang it, I was like, I like it way better like that.
Yeah,
totally.
This whole episode is already a win in my book.
That's it. Good night. Thanks for having me again. I appreciate it.
You've been good. You've been good people.
So this is a segment that we've done a couple of times, once to great effect, and once when I did it to not such great effect. So Nick is going to run this. I'm going to step aside, which really should happen. But this is focused on music. I think we did it before. It was we looked at the top 50 songs of 1991, and I think of this year, this episode. This episode, I'm going to just keep on talking and hope that Nick comes back to do this. But maybe we'll take a slight detour. Cory, you have your audio back, do you not?
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, let's pivot a bit. We'll take a stop here, and we're gonna pivot back to the segment that we were going to start with, which was the beloved.
Funko This.
So this week's Funko segment brought to you by Cory Selesky.
Yes. And I'm going to bring you Funko This in 1 second.
Did I take you by surprise?
You did. And
Nothing took me by surprise more than the segment I was going to do. I was driven by Nick, who decided that he needed to leave.
But hang on, here was the other issue. No audio? No audio. I mean, everything's coming. I don't know what else to do with it on this end.
Yeah. So
we'll worry about it on the break.
Yeah, the Facebook Live audio is someone losing service on a cell phone. It's I mean, it sounds like you're going kind of underwater, which is probably why can't keep people in the room because they can't hear it.
You know what?
Is there a way to restart the Facebook Live?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah, we'll keep going. So you were just
hold on. If you're going to start the Facebook Live, Cory, if we're currently not Facebook Living to anybody with anything that's worth a shit, then we can stop right now. I can cut this part out of the audio, and we'll figure it out.
All right, so you want to just cut everything right now and we'll start over.
If you're not broadcasting, I can.
No, it's broadcasting. It's just the audio's not coming through for some reason.
So if you need to stop, reconnect, look at the phones, figure out who's connected to what Wi-Fi and all that shit to figure it out. The audio, I can clip all this shit out. And we'll just have to remember when we're ready to pick it up again. If we fixed everything, then we'll just have to start with the Funko This segment.
Yeah, the audio was not good. To give you for instance.
Okay.
So are you off Facebook Live?
No, not yet. No.
Yeah, cut it.
You guys want to cut the stream?
Cut it. Yep. Cut it.
Yep.
It's not doing anything for us right now.
We'll pick it up right here.
Yep.
We'll reintroduce a Funko segment.
Okay.
And start from there. Welcome back to the Schnozzcast broadcast system. We're broadcasting on all channels.
I think we are. Hopefully we are.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea. Hello to Nicholas Bader in the kitchen, and I'm hoping that you can hear this.
Trying to test our audio.
Yeah. And for everybody out there, the two people who were kind enough to point out that our audio was dog shit, thanks for sticking with us and helping us work through the problem.
Love you, babe.
You light up my life. I almost made Crabby spit out his makers.
Oh, God. To hear about a Cory's butt plug and have you sing that song on the same episode? Oh,
He sings it to me when he puts it in.
It's comedy gold.
I have to take another shower in there.
That's where it happens. That's where I put it in the shower.
Actually, that's not a shower. That's just lube that comes out of there.
Oh,
So right now we're just waiting to hear the verdict from the kitchen, from Nick Bader, as to whether or not we sound better than we did before.
Nick, any input?
Nick Bader. Oh, hold. That's never a good sign.
sounded
I
serious,
can't
too.
even find Facebook. The app has disappeared from my phone. The stream has gone.
this all happened in the last 20 minutes.
I don't know, but I feel like I've got some ice cold Fireball just sitting here
You
that's
do.
dying for me to do something with it. So, Cory, you got some?
I do not. When we figure this out,
We have
I'll.
to do a giant shot.
Yes.
A shot that means you're not going kayaking tomorrow. Yeah?
Good.
Woo!
Thank God.
And we're back.
That's. Well played, sir. Well played.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about timing.
That's also a throw to another podcast.
Yeah. It's all about timing or timming.
I was going to say timming.
No, just stop.
Timing.
Crabby, you can take photos. All the photos you want later. We can lend you this mic.
No, not at all. No, we don't.
Oh, are we on?
We don't ordinarily
Okay, can we do,
capture for posterity the podcast, so you can take
Just
all the
doing my
pictures you
TikTok,
want.
I'm sorry.
So I need a shot, fellas.
can we do a recap of what we did when we started, since no one could hear anything?
Okay, so welcome to Schnozzcast, and it's episode 128. Today is June 12th, 2021. You can find us on a whole bunch of places. You can email us at schnozzcast@gmail.com. We got a 618 shocker line. Oh my God, we got a special guest, James Crabby Pappas.
What up, dope?
Yep, and here he is. Hi, Cory. Hi, Nick. This is Bob.
Oh,
Callie
hello.
was here. Glug, glug, glug. We had a couple of shots. Thought we were going to start mixtape mashup.
Sounds like
Didn't
you did
quite work.
speed.
And then we were going to go right into Funko This, and that is where we left off. So
Okay.
let's take it back all the way to where we started.
Funko This. Funko This.
And while Cory cues up the Funko for the week, let's
Yeah.
tip one back.
We
'cause-
did way too many in too short of a amount of a time, so
No, I don't feel like this was the fault of anybody in this room, but we've tried to overcome it, and goddamn it, we've worked up a sweat to do it. So here we go.
yeah. You didn't move. I ran up the stairs.
Ran? Yeah.
I ran. And I ran down the stairs.
Toss-
Much
toss-
easier.
I really don't think
Just
there was
toss that
a lot
bottle
of
over
running.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, this is my home.
It's close.
Actually, more of your expensive equipment is over there, so I'm happy to do
there
it.
you go.
See why we don't do that? Yeah.
For the
I
audio
gotta tell you,
listeners,
I thought that was a glass bottle, and I was like, "This
No.
is not going to end
the,
well."
the, the pitch
when
of
he
the
didn't
plastic,
even go for it, I was like,
the pitch of the plastic Fireball pint did impact the Christmas tree lights.
Okay, it's not Christmas tree lights.
Bounced off the jackalope nose down onto the
I'd
on-air
be really
side,
mad. I'd be really mad if that was the case.
and
Those are
nestled up to the Big Lebowski flag.
Those
in
are
the back
called
of them.
year-round lights, Bob.
That's right.
right.
Those are my everyday lights.
Anyway, here we go. Those lights are in my
I'll
home.
plug them in. Don't
my
don't tempt
home.
me. Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
"Salud."
Astrovia.
All right, not the smoothest of starts, but we're going to finish like butter going through a goose, my friends.
We
It was a great. I like the retread though. The
Yeah?
retread was fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, the methamphetamine retread.
Yeah, because I didn't get to give my "what up, dough" on the first time. I got to do it the second time. So I
Yeah.
was happy.
You had time to
It was
think
kinda
about it. Time to think about
My
it.
call
Yeah.
sign.
Yeah, comedy genius.
No, Bob just gave me more time this time.
That's right.
Yeah.
While
first time he
while
was like,
Quint's
"Hey,
only
Cory,
giving
give
him
me."
way less time.
Sorry, Crab.
to do it.
That was something we switched up that we didn't tell you about
You know
when you did ask.
you know what I love?
What have we switched up since you've been on last?
Yeah, that was
The,
it.
the intro is way different than what we've done since you were here last.
It's scripted, it's rehearsed, it's practiced.
Oh
it's-
no, I know. I listened to the show. I'm a listener, fellas.
So yeah, that's
So
changed.
the one thing that
I
I
was a listener.
Yeah, we missed you out in the crowd. Sorry.
the one thing that I love the most is just the fact that that Cory's sister was so excited to be here and say hello on the air, and that did not happen.
You know what, though? There's no reason the audio should be messed up. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, it's going to be out there in the world for sure.
It is.
It is, but oh well. It happens.
We will deal with it, sir.
And who knows? Maybe it came through on the actual iPad correctly, and it didn't mess up the audio. It was just on the live part.
No, I mean, it's out there for dozens of people to see.
I can always take it down.
Hold on. Dozens?
Yeah.
I mean, you're an optimist, first and foremost.
Yeah, but the audio was messed up. We apologize. We don't know what happened. But I don't feel too bad because I was just listening to Drew and Mike, yesterday, and they had all kinds of problems. And they had the lead singer of Deep Purple that they were calling, and they had to call him 4 times. And they're like, "Oh God, we feel so bad. This is like the most exciting. I want to talk to this guy so bad." And he's like, "Hello, how's it going?" And it's like, "Hello, hello."
Is this Mr. Purple?
And it kept dropping the call, and he's like, "Fuck, man, this is a horrible fucking day." And I was like, "Okay,
dude, shit happens."
Yeah. So adapt and overcome.
That's what we got to do. So thankfully we got it fixed, and thank you guys for dealing with that and having to go through it.
Thanks to all the people who are listening to us right now, actually, who let us know that it was on the fritz and gave us a heads up so we could fix it and sticking with us. So we appreciate it. So back to Funko This with Cory Selesky.
Yes. So this week's Funko is another completion of a set. Mr. Rod Farva from Super Troopers.
Ooh.
Now I know you've seen Super Troopers.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So this one you can actually appreciate.
Yeah. And he's holding a liter of cola.
He is holding a liter of cola. And the original picture I took of this did not have the liter of cola in it.
Hold on. Are you sure it's not a large Farva?
I don't want a large Farva. I want a goddamn liter of cola.
I knew Cory wanted to say that.
Crabby, have you seen Super Troopers?
Man, a long time ago.
You're not a fan of their group? Broken Lizard?
No.
Oh,
Hold on. Nick and Cory are exchanging movie quotes, and the whole world is upside down now. I don't know what to make of all of this.
It's the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah. It's a landmark moment in the show.
Yeah, I'm so getting laid tonight.
Only if you can give me hard enough.
Anyway, for the audio listeners, this is number 583 in the Pop Movies collection.
And for the audio listeners, there are no females in the room, and Nick says he's getting laid tonight. So the three of us just look very scared.
I think the two of you did.
I'm used to it.
So yeah, Cory seemed
What did COVID
not
do to
surprised by
you? You're a
that.
mess.
You know what I've learned? A hole's a hole.
Oh boy.
And that's when
Wait a minute.
the
Hold on,
Schnozzcast went off the rails.
Hold on.
That's when
That's
people
a
stopped
knock
listening.
on the Dearborn school system. I can tell you that. That's not learning. The education is not.
No, it's a
good.
knock on the Catholic Church, I think, is what you're really saying.
No, okay, see, it's not a knock on the Dearborn school system because Bob also went through the Dearborn school system.
But I
But
did
Bob-
not have a
Bob
I had
tell-
a secular education.
That was when there was like one schoolhouse.
Well, and that's also Bob telling people a hole's a hole. The way I look at it is a hole's a hole.
Yeah, Bob had nothing to do with this. Bob had no quotes on this. This is you with
No,
the
he
butt
didn't.
plug, you
Wait.
with the hole Nick's gonna have sex. The profession is what I'm starting to question right now with you.
Oh, I'm no longer in that
Because
profession.
those are the two.
Neither am I.
I love
You
watching.
didn't know that,
I
did
love
you?
watching Cory try to dig himself out of this hole. He's
Oh, no.
he's dug.
Let's not go with holes again.
No.
Is there any hole he wants to get into or get into him?
Right.
The entire idea now of this episode is I want to make Crabby feel more and more uncomfortable.
Well,
Every-
kudos to you, sir.
every
because I've never seen him look this uncomfortable.
Well, thank God I have a bit of Maker's 46.
He's just
over
gonna keep
here,
on
so.
chugging makers until
Help me out, yeah.
makes the discomfort.
But you go ahead,
away.
Cory. This is all I'm gonna do is make me drink more. Twist my arm.
All right, so back to the Funkos. So you finished the Super Troopers Pop Movies collection?
Yes, I have all the main characters of Super Troopers.
How many
that
are
they
there?
make? 5.
Okay.
Ramathorn, Farva, Rabbit, and then there's 2 Max.
Oh, thank God.
There's one with him in the steel cup and the ear protection and safety glasses, and then there's one in his uniform.
But what are we to learn from this then? Are you any closer to stopping your unhealthy obsession with Funkos?
No, because I actually just won a Big Lebowski tonight. That
when you say won, you mean like your bid was
on
accepted?
eBay? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I already have one at the house that came in the box, and that I wasn't able. It was before I was cataloging everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I bought one that was sold without a box to take to work and put on my desk at work.
So you probably didn't pay as much for that one.
No, God, no, nowhere near.
Do you find that the ladies are flocking to your desk with these Funkos on them now?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, all these 60-year-old ladies I work with now, they really like them. They're me being the youngest in the room by far. Yeah, it's led me to some good things.
It's a chick magnet.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, all right.
So
Cory.
that's I'm like I got to put the Big Lebowski out there. And
Cory, how old are the ladies really?
okay, they're
I know Danielle's in the room. So I'm just saying.
they're in their did I say 60s?
I thought you said 70s.
90s.
Yeah, they're
in their 90s.
They're old.
They're almost
not.
dead.
They're not dead. The 70s is fine. They're clinging to life.
Basic, and they're having a hard time walking up the stairs to
They're
our office.
they're
So,
clinging
yeah.
clinging to life, but praying for death. All at the same time.
A couple of them, yeah.
Okay.
So I figured might as well get it while I can before they die.
Well, that was Funko This for this week, everybody.
There you go.
I want to pivot from there to the other segment that we started earlier.
Okay, so apparently Callie left her phone.
Are you serious?
What's Dylan calling? Should I call him?
Calling your phone?
No, calling her phone.
Yeah, you should answer. Wait, hold it up to the mic.
Okay.
Hold it to the mic.
Shit. It went back into her past.
Dude.
Oh, I'll take it. Oh,
Yeah,
Pass
she'll
it.
call back. Yeah,
How did she leave her phone?
We got to hold that up to. This is a call that has to happen on the Schnozzcast.
Yeah, I wish I would have got that sooner.
No, it's fine. Well, there's no way. The one call is not going to do it.
This
She's got to call
dude,
again.
I'm sorry. It's very frustrating if you don't have your phone. I'm gonna call her.
You can't unlock her phone.
I'm gonna call her from my phone.
Oh, okay. I'm so used to my phone being camera.
Not just a hat
So,
rack.
were you sure that's her boyfriend's phone?
This is someone's. Well, her boyfriend's calling, and there's a dog on it. So
There you go. Yeah.
I'm
You're calling her phone.
Okay, yeah. So I don't have Dylan's number.
Yeah. So right. So when she
For a
calls
second,
back,
I felt like MacGyver.
when she calls back, pick it up, and then we'll go.
So this is Dylan's phone.
No.
No, that's Callie's
Callie's
phone.
phone.
Oh, that's Kelly's.
You don't have
because
Dylan's number.
Yeah, right.
Jesus, I got half this.
We're all-
bottle,
I don't know what's
John.
going
You
on.
guys are
Let's
killing
just
me
let's
here.
just shut
What-
it down right now.
Jimmy, what's the quote? If you had half a pound of gunpowder, you blow yourself up.
I don't know what that is. What's it from?
I want to say if it's not Sin of a Woman, it's a similar movie.
Ooh.
Don't stop. We'll get back to that. For right now, I want to go back to Mixtape Mashup, where we're going to look at a particular year and the music from that year, and we're not going to play it because of copyright issues. We want to talk about what the most popular songs were from that year and see if we can sort of see them coming, anticipate what we hear. So I'm going to dish it over to Nick.
Yeah, hold on, because we're trying to figure the situation out here.
Hopefully you're not using Callie's phone to do that.
No, what's
All right.
this guy's name is Dylan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, were we not?
Yeah, he
okay
was
with-
down here. You did a shot with him earlier.
No, what I'm saying is, I can.
He was in your house.
Yeah, I don't remember, but
He had a dog with him.
what I'm saying, I can Facebook call him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, she needs her. She obviously has no idea where it is.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, but
All right.
the only problem is
well, yeah. What's the only problem?
I don't Dylan's last name.
Oh no, I have. He sent me a friend request. So I
Okay.
gotta-
Okay.
Yeah.
Which you did not accept.
Shh, quiet. I might accept it after this.
This is exciting content.
Hello?
Hey, do you want your phone?
Hello?
Hey, do you want your phone?
Yeah, I'm coming back to get it.
Okay, we just took a bunch of pictures of all of our asses.
And one dick pic.
Yeah,
Since I
one.
gave you guys...
You got to guess.
No. Since I gave you guys 2 shots, get me one.
Yeah,
I'm all the way fucking back to my fucking phone.
This is the way we get you to come back. I mean, I don't know if you've learned.
I don't know why I thought this would be interesting, but it's
Awesome.
not.
Cool.
So
All right,
There's
I'll come
one
back.
dick pic and it might be your brother's. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
oh my god. Okay.
What a
So-
great episode.
Yeah. The triumphant return of James Pappas, and this is what we give.
Hey, as long as
You
I'm
know?
with you guys, with friends, and
I-
drinking a bottle of Maker's 46, I'm good.
I think this is a great episode.
The
It's-
Lord.
it's-
I think the Lord did this.
Dude, sometimes you got to switch it up.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, this seems like the best time to do that.
I agree.
All right.
We actually should be in about 7 minutes going on a break.
Jesus Christ. Never. I don't feel like we've earned the break.
Do we need one?
No, we really need one.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to reset what's
And
happening
yeah.
here.
And to be fair,
To be fair.
to be absolutely 100% fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair, Miss Danielle Finn, the woman of Mr. Selesky, says that the set is not complete for the Funkos.
Oh, I didn't realize we'd gone back to the Funko segment.
Well, just so you know.
All right.
It's not. Oh, well,
So
I'll have to talk to her about that.
you'll talk to her about that.
Yes.
Do you want me to go forward with 1996, or do you want to do it? I've got no
Nope.
problem doing it.
Got it right here.
Okay.
Thought it was 91.
No, we'd already done 91.
Okay.
I picked. So here's what happened. Let me set the stage. I sent Jimmy a text, and I said, "Hey man, what's the best year for music in your opinion?" And my thought was, I already know what I want it to be because I know you, and I know Jimmy loves rap, like old school rap.
And R&B.
And R&B.
Yeah.
Right, but I wasn't thinking R&B, and I should have been because I was thinking 96, which was the greatest year for rap, arguably,
Biggie and
that
Tupac.
ever
Yeah,
happened.
right.
But Jimmy responded and said, no, man, whatever year Gordy Berry launched,
Berry
Berry
Gordy.
Gordy launched, did I say Gordy
Oh,
Berry?
Yeah, you said Gordy Berry.
Whatever year Berry Gordy launched Motown,
Okay.
that changed music forever, and that's the year. And I'm like, fuck,
Revolutionized it. Yep.
that's not the year I picked. So we may have to redo this
Yeah.
when you come back, and I'm going to use this
But ironically,
to get you back here.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
It kind of go together. Because,
Do they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
96 doesn't happen without Berry Gordy. That was
Well,
my whole point.
We'll see.
And that, you with me?
I'm with you.
That's right.
According to Bob, it's Huey Lewis in the news, so we'll see.
Oh, no.
So 1996, and the episode or the title of this segment is
Mixtape mashup.
Mixtape Mashup. So we'll have to do some artwork and some music for that. But so we're starting. Excuse me. We're starting from number 50, going down to number 1 of the top songs in 1996. So starting with number 50 is "Time" by Hootie and the Blowfish.
Good song.
Fuck Hootie and the Blowfish.
Dude,
That's all I got to say.
You hold your
Are you
tongue,
serious?
sir.
Yeah.
Corey and I are big Hootie fans. Yes, sir.
Corey and Nick, I'm
Yeah.
on your team, bro.
Perhaps
Thank you.
later on in the cast, after the break, I will explain why Hootie and the Blowfish have been dead to me.
Yeah, if
for
this
many,
is
many
another lady of the night that
Nope.
that
What?
ended wrong, you have so many.
Wait, what?
You have
Another?
like, there are so
Wait,
many. There are like
What? Why would you think there'd be a lady of the night involved? What? Why would you think?
you have so many things that like you've cancel cultured out of your life because of a woman. Because of a woman. There are so many like you can't play that song.
That is true.
I broke up to that song.
That is
Like,
also
That's why I
true.
almost spit take because it's so true.
Yeah.
But wait, hold on. I will get to this after the break. Keep going.
Biscuits and gravy, you can't order that.
Yeah, that's what I had when I had sex before I broke up with my last ex. Like, no.
That's not how it works.
So number
This
49.
is going to go down as Lori's favorite episode, I'm sure.
Well, she should know.
Should
that
she?
Pick something that you hate before you break up with Bob.
Wow. Let's keep going.
So
like a new segment.
number 49 is "Fantasy" by Mariah Carey.
How many Mariah Carey songs do you think are on? I almost said. How many Mariah Carey songs do you think are in the
You did
first
say.
in the top 50?
Of this?
Well, we already had this question come up
She
during
had
the
a lot,
91 list that we did. Now we're in 96.
How many do you think are in the 96
Over under,
top
How
50?
many? Yeah, how many Mariah Carey songs in the top 50?
I would set the over under at 4.
Okay,
4. So
I think
we're going.
that's fair.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
number 48, "Count on Me" by Whitney Houston featuring CeCe Winans, which I don't know what song that is.
R.I.P.
Isn't CeCe Winans
CeCe
like
Winans,
a
Detroit boy.
gospel singer?
Detroit. Yeah,
Okay.
the Winans are Detroit folks.
Oh, okay. Number 47, "Kissin' You" by Total. Number 46, "Why I Love You So Much" by Monica. Number 40, yeah, from Friends.
Okay.
Number 45, "Digging on You" by TLC.
Ooh, I bet they've got a couple in the top 50.
Yeah, that was a big TLC time.
96?
Yeah.
Corey's like, nah, fuck
no,
that.
it was.
That was
It
not
just-
a good song, though.
No, yeah, that was not one of their top songs.
Number,
And I didn't
but
like
it cracked the
TLC
top
either
50.
way.
number 44, 1979 by the Smashing Pumpkins. Good jam.
Yeah, that was
Excellent.
everywhere.
Number 40, but it's so high up on the 50. I mean, it's not.
I would say it's too high.
Yeah,
and I'm
way-
a Pumpkins fan.
Yeah, way too high. Number 43, "Anything" by 3T. Who is that?
Got me.
And how did they beat
know who
Smashing
that is.
Pumpkins? 42, a absolute classic, "No Diggity" by Blackstreet featuring Dr.
Absolutely.
Dre.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
my God, what an amazing song that was.
Yeah.
I literally had the CD, blasted that song all the time. Number 41, "The World I Know" by Collective Soul.
Wait, hold
I
on.
know-
a
Are
good
you,
song.
Jimmy? Are you checking your music library now to see if you have all these songs ready to go when you get back in the car?
No.
Okay.
No. I have them teed up already. So I don't even have
Okay.
to check. I know I got
I
it.
think after the cast, this needs to be the countdown.
We can do that.
Number 41 was Collective Soul, "The World I Know," which was also an amazing song. Corey and I are big 90s guys. Number 40 is "1, 2, 3, 4" by Coolio.
Absolutely. 1, 2,
Coolio.
3, 4.
But wasn't Coolio's
Joe
big year
Records
like
on
the
the
year
floor.
before that?
Gotta get
1,
up
2,
to
3,
get
4 was not
down.
big.
Big on the. I mean, 96. I know just because of what when you said biggest year in hip hop.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you could. I mean, I could give you. Oh, that was in the mid 90s or early 90s, late 90s, but I couldn't give you.
But
a
not
year.
the year. Okay.
Bob will like this one. Number
Getting ahead too
39, "Deep Blue Something" Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Dude, great song.
That is a great song.
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize it was 96.
Huge.
And
I would have
said,
picked
I think we
way
both kinda
later in
like
the-
it.
What about Breakfast at Tiffany's? See,
She
hopefully,
said, I think
something.
hopefully it wasn't biscuits and gravy, and she didn't break up with me that morning.
It always hits the soul that hard.
But it's specifically red eye gravy. It was biscuits and red eye
I
gravy.
guarantee you later tonight, we're all going to be drunk singing this song together.
That's not a. I mean,
The
I'd
night
take
is
that bet
young.
hard.
Guaranteed.
The night is young.
Yeah.
Number 38, "Before You Walk Out of My Life," "Like This and Like That" by Monica.
That's 2 for Monica.
Yeah. Number 37, "Sweet Dreams" by LaBouche.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That was,
The second you said "Sweet Dreams,"
Dum,
it already started playing in my head.
Yep. Number 36, "You're the One" by SWV.
SWNV.
What the fuck is that?
SWNV.
Apparently, Crabby knows
I
them.
think Crabby knows it.
That's good shit. Yeah.
Sisters with Voices.
Yep. They're like
Yeah.
the Family Dollar version of.
Family Dollar version of
Ladies love
of
Cool James.
TLC.
Number 30.
Had a bourbon moment. Lost my train of thought on that one.
Perfect moment.
Well, it's been a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Number 35, "Down Low, Nobody Has to Know" by R. Kelly and the Isley Brothers. Ooh.
R. Kelly, that stinks
The
a little
down
bit.
low
It kills
back
me.
to me
Yeah.
all over again.
Just love his
What-
shit, but then when you start
what's-
thinking about he's singing to a 14-year-old,
Yeah.
you're
What's,
like,
what's number 32?
Yeah,
Is it
but-
Bill Cosby album?
But Ron Isley is predominantly singing that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, but even the other stuff. I mean, even the other R. Kelly stuff.
Bum,
I mean,
bum,
dude, Bump
bum.
and Grind is,
yeah.
dude. I mean, fantastic. But then when I start thinking, yeah, he's thinking of a 12-and-a-half-year-old.
But you don't have to.
Disgusting. I know, totally. That's what I had to switch to because I love the song, and I'm like, man, you feel bad liking the song because it's him, and it's like,
Totally agree.
Where does the P come into play on that song?
Oh, I'll pee on you.
So it's no longer a 12-and-a-half-year-old. That's cool. I get that.
Remember, audience,
but-
this is Corey trying to make Crabby feel as uncomfortable as possible.
Corey's
Danielle,
more,
if you're still out there, if you could Uber here quickly, that would be fantastic.
Corey's really upset
You're the
about.
half I like better.
Corey's upset about all the urine in this conversation.
Urn.
No, I'm happy about
He's
it.
yearning for it.
Which I just want to know where R. Kelly comes in play in your mind at that point with peeing on people. Or girls for that point.
Are you talking to me? Yeah. Number 35. Go ahead, Nick.
That was number 35. Number 34, Only You by 112, featuring Notorious B.I.G.
Outstanding.
and
Another great
Mace.
tune.
Was
Yeah,
1996 the year in which every song was like this band featuring this other band?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So-
So
96 the big
compilations,
year?
compilations and sampling.
Huge.
This was the year. That's why I said if it wasn't for Barry, that's why I said the Barry Gordy.
Yep.
Because Puffy took all that stuff.
The
That's when he told Big. He told Big, give me I'll give you a little backstreet knowledge.
Yeah.
That's what he told Big. He was like, Big, you can sit here and talk about all this gangster rap shit and not have any background because he was not into it. And he goes, you're not going to make any money. He goes, or we can sample all this stuff with it, and it's going to fill the club and arenas up, and I'm telling you, you're going to be rich as you possibly. I mean, Puffy had a vision. He had the Barry Gordy vision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For mid-90s.
Sean Combs came up with the R&B game mixing in with the rap game. And once that happened, it blew people's minds. And it wasn't only just that. He took people like Mariah Carey, who was not like a rapper, and put R&B in her music. And just having the two different mashups really worked. You know, it could be two songs that were fair, and as one song, they were amazing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
He made true R&B, and he took soul and made it true R&B and hip-hop. So he turned rap to hip-hop, I guess.
yeah, because I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't have been an R&B guy. But music like Blackstreet and all that stuff, and Boyz II Men and everyone like that, like I would have never even known. But they're amazing. When they did that, it kind of opened a lot of people's eyes.
Right.
So that was number 34. Number 33, Gangster's Paradise by Coolio.
There's the other Coolio.
Yeah.
Who's in that video? Give me the actress.
who was
actress in that video, Gangsta Paradise.
Oh, I think that was probably right about when I stopped watching videos.
Well, that was
Not
actually
because of that
well,
video.
that
just
was actually
right around
from
time.
the movie,
Soundtrack, right? So who was in the movie?
Well, you're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah, you can't. Are you asking Nick a movie
That's
question?
true. I'm sorry. It's pre.
I thought you listened, Crabby.
Pre 2019.
You should know that,
That's
Nick.
my bad. Yep.
Has seen nothing.
You're gonna have to. So it's 96. Judgment Night.
No, the movie is.
Gangster's Paradise, wasn't it? Or it was
No,
the
no,
teacher
no.
movie, right in the hood?
Yeah. Can't think of the name of the movie.
Oh, Higher Learning, or was it?
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
No,
Higher
it wasn't
Learning.
that.
Was
The
it
actress-
Michelle Pfeiffer?
You got it. Yep. And she was in a video too. It's just her and Coolio.
Wait. Okay. So
I
got the
know it
actress,
if I
but
heard
the-
it. Yeah.
Okay.
It was that one where she was supposed to be
She's the teacher. She's in the hood.
in the hood.
In the
yeah.
hood in L.A. Yeah.
Was it called Teacher in the Hood?
Michelle Pfeiffer school teaching film.
God, give me a second.
Dangerous Minds.
Yep.
Sorry, buddy.
Yep. Dangerous Minds.
I'm sorry. Was I supposed to wait?
That's
You
all
trying
right.
to guess it?
No, he just liked watching the whole thing play out. And so
Okay. Well, he's usually on the other
Corey's
end.
getting
He's
quick.
usually the one who's.
That's why he's laughing
fucking
about it.
Kermit the
He's-
Frog on the keyboard.
He loves it.
Yeah.
So, so number 32, not Gon' Cry, by Mary
J. Blige.
Mary
Not
J.
gonna
Blige.
cry.
Yep. It's
Queen of hip hop.
G-O-N.
Queen of hip hop.
G-O-N
I just love
apostrophe.
hearing him read the not going cry.
Yeah. Number 31 is
How do I pronounce this?
is Wonder by Natalie Merchant.
That's Big Son.
Number 30, One of Us by Joan Osborne.
Dude, we were just listening to that song.
Were we really?
Yeah, outside. You're like, remember it started off with.
I don't remember that.
Are you sure, buddy?
I'm
Come
pretty sure.
on.
Pretty sure.
Corey wasn't even here yet. You just turned on your speaker, and I started playing the top 100 songs from '96, and it was
Yeah.
like some crazy intro, and then all of a sudden the
Bob, first
and you're
of
like,
all,
oh, that's the song I really wanted to hear
No,
tonight.
to me that sounded like "What If God Was One of Us."
That's
That
the
was-
song you just read.
That's her.
Oh, was it? Okay.
That's what's ironic is
Okay.
you got this
Yeah.
awesome
Yeah.
year for hip hop.
Yeah.
And this is like the first year like a Christian artist broke in too. And she's a Christian artist.
Okay.
It's hilarious.
All right, hang
Not
on.
like a heavily Amy Grant Christian artist, but definitely Christian leaning artist.
Since the audio is
Oh,
fucked
here
up
we
on,
go,
on
yeah.
the first point, and then the first go around,
Yeah.
can we give Kelly a second go on
Yeah,
the
that's
saying
fine.
hello?
Messed up?
The audio was messed up. Yeah, so.
How'd you guys know?
Because you jinxed it, and you're about to jinx it again if you get back at that. I'm just kidding. That's fine.
Hi.
You got to get right up on the microphone.
Yep.
What do I do?
You say hello.
Hello.
Hello, Internet.
Hello, Internet.
And you introduce yourself.
My name's Callie.
And you say, I want to give a shout out to your boo. Who do you care about? Who's listening in the car? Maybe. I want to give a shout out. Get on the microphone. He may be listening in the car.
So yeah, this is
Give him a shout out.
this is Cory's sister, who's not shy at all, but she's been here twice now, which she said she would not come back.
So you lean up to the microphone.
But
and say,
instead, she's
I just
going back to Cali.
I just want to give a shout out to my awesome Bo Dylan sitting out in the car in Facebook land, waiting for me to return my triumphant return with my phone.
Yeah, you got to come to the mic to say hello, though.
I've been listening to you guys.
Yeah, good. Okay, so I'm glad you got your phone. This is awkward,
Now, totally
long.
natural.
It's long.
Totally natural.
but we would like to have you on the show one night. So a night that you're free.
Yes, one night.
Maybe not tonight, unless you leave a shoe here or something. You have to come back again. Then I would say it's divine intervention. You just need to.
If
come
Nick
back.
says that to all the girls.
If that shoe starts ringing in the next 20 minutes after you leave, I'm going to be pretty upset.
Missed it by that much.
All right, see you later, Callie.
Bye.
Good to see you again, Callie.
It has been a pleasure.
It has been a pleasure. Yes.
So you guys ought to know that number 29 is "Ought to Know" by Alanis Morissette.
Morissette.
Absolutely.
Well done, Nick. Well played.
Thank you, sir. Number 28, Dishwalla,
Yes.
Counting Blue Cars.
Yes.
What
I
song
feel
is
like
that?
I missed the whole Dishwalla train.
I don't
It
know.
was after my time.
I just
Didn't get it.
The
I know
only-
Nick loves it. Nick Slesky loves
yeah,
that song.
please specify, because
That's right.
I'm like the only Dishwalla I know. I ran earlier today, and just to get my shot glasses clean. So
That's wow.
I was like, Iran? No, that's the flock of seagulls. What the hell is he talking about?
number 27, "I Can't Sleep, Baby" by R. Kelly, your favorite. Number 26,
P-boy.
"No Mercy, Where Do You Go?" Number 25, "Who Will Save Your Soul" by Jewel. Awesome song.
I'm a fan.
Snaggletooth.
I'm a big Jewel fan.
Snaggletooth.
Get out of here, man.
No,
She
I
had-
love
she
her.
had- she
I
had
love the
fixed. She had
Snaggletooth.
it
Yeah.
fixed.
Dude, she's natural.
Did you see her on?
She's natural in all
Masked
more
Singer?
ways than one. What?
She was on The Masked Singer.
I don't watch
She
that
won
shit.
The Masked Singer.
No.
Cory, of course she did.
Are you?
What in the fuck?
We
All
just
right,
got
so
dispatched.
we're
We're
gonna-
gonna have to leave. Let's take a break.
Wait,
We
hold
need to
on,
make
hold
a
on,
rest.
hold on.
Okay.
Okay, Bob,
Hold-
are you
hold on,
queuing this
hold
up,
on.
or who's doing this?
Hold on.
Celine Dion.
I don't know what just happened.
That's how she talks.
Is that your Canadian accent?
And it's all coming back to me. She's crazy when she sings.
She sounds crazy when
Yeah,
she.
Yeah.
shitload of money with a Vegas residency.
Yeah, man.
If this whole podcast had gone off the rails already, I would really want to explore why he thinks that's a crazy accent.
It
for
is,
Canada.
dude, it's not for Canada. For her, it is. She's like a mouthful of marbles.
Tune in next time to the Schnozzcast next weekend, folks, when Nick goes in depth on Celine Dion.
That's right. Number 17 is "How Do You Want It, California Love" by Tupac featuring
Yeah.
Casey and JoJo, which I did not know Casey and JoJo were in that song.
Yep.
16, "Sitting Up in My Room" by Brandy.
Okay.
Number 15, a classic, "Follow You Down" by Gin Blossoms.
Nice.
Yep.
14, "Exhale, Shoop Shoop" by Whitney Houston.
Wait.
R.I.P.
Shoop shoop.
Shoop, you're thinking of "Shoop, I Want to Shoop"
That's
by,
yes. I
You're
know.
thinking of
by
Salt and
Salt
Did
and
she?
Pepper.
So
No,
no relation.
This is "Exhale" in
no
quotes.
cover. No. Okay.
"Exhale" in parentheses, "Shoop Shoop" by Whitney Houston.
I feel like that's blasphemy.
Number
Very
13.
white either way.
Number 13, "Ironic" by Alanis Morissette, an amazing song.
Also, yes. Also very
Wait,
good.
but what was the other Atlanta song that was already in the top 50 that this one is apparently better than?
You ought to know, I think.
Gotta know.
How is this song better than that?
Oh, "Ironic."
They're
One
both- they're
hand
both
in
First of
my
all-
pocket. That, of course, that's an. That's,
It must be because it's singable then, because
Yeah,
the
it's a
whole lyrics
sing-along.
are all
Yep.
bullshit. It's literally someone who doesn't understand.
They're
the
pretty-
British
they're pretty
irony.
deep. I know.
we understand that you're upset.
I'm very upset.
because in one of the
Upset?
In one of the lyrics, she says she's flicking a cigarette, and you like smoking a cigarette. So
No.
we understand that you're really hurt by that.
No, I'm offended because she doesn't understand the definition of the word ironic, and all of her lyrics are shit.
Listeners, tune in next week when we talk about in-depth Nick's accent of Celine Dion and Bob's infatuation with Alanis Morissette. And You Ought to Know, and flicking a cigarette versus smoking a cigarette.
Number 12 is Missing by Everything But the Girl. I have no idea what that is.
I think you should sing it for us.
I don't know it.
If you knew it.
Damn it.
Number 11 is Come On Ride the Train by Quad City
There
DJs.
you go. Yeah, absolutely.
That was
Who's been in the Quad Cities?
I feel
Quad
like
Cities
we're
right
going
here.
to hear that.
And when I
man.
was there, that's all I could hear. That's when I was in the Quad Cities. That's all I could hear.
All I have to say is, if you feel like dancing, well, come on. We got the sounds to making
Go down.
downtown. The train is coming through.
Oh, my God, stop.
It's a new bit called The Whitest Rap You've Ever
Yeah.
Heard in Your
Oh,
Life,
yeah.
ladies
Yep.
and gentlemen.
You can stop that right now.
Oh, dude. Number 10. You got me twisted over.
Oh,
by
Keith
Keith
Sweat. The Sweat Hotel every night at 7:30.
Making your sheets
locally
wet,
on
listening to Keith Sweat.
Hold on. I'd like
92.3.
to suggest something, though. If next time you come back, we should do this again because we really have gone the entire top 50 and not done what you guys just did, which is Nick sings the song and Crabby guesses who it is. we could have done that the whole time, but I don't know why we haven't done it.
It's a new segment.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, definitely next
It's a
time.
Jimmy Pappas segment. When he's
Yes.
You're Making Me High by Tony Braxton. I don't know that song.
you'd know it if you heard it, Nick.
I'm sure I would.
You know it if he sang
I'll
it.
play it for you at the break.
Number 8. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to pee. He's like, listen to this song.
Oh, no.
Number 8 is Number 8 is I Love You Always Forever by Donna Lewis. Sounds like I would hate it.
You
I know it,
absolutely
though.
would. I
Yeah.
know the song.
Don't know it.
Number 7, The Crossroads by Bone Thugs and Harmony. What an amazing song. God, great song. Number 6, Give Me One Reason by Tracy Chapman.
Oh, yep. That was huge.
She's got a good sound. She's got a good sound.
I feel like that's a good breakup song. Like, yeah.
Bob knows it very well.
Good lesbian breakup song.
If it was a Bob breakup song, you wouldn't listen to it.
Dude, I've broken up with so many
Give me
lesbians.
one reason
No,
to stay here.
every time-
All love biscuits and gravy, and I can't take it.
Every time I break up with a lesbian, that's the song I use.
They played it for him.
That's true. Every time I break up with a lesbian,
Corey is
that's
on
the song they
fire
use.
tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You're on fire.
Sorry,
It made
buddy.
me turn
And
right back around.
Fuego. Corey
So
Selesky.
number 6 is that was number 6. Number 5 is Always Be My Baby by Mariah Carey.
I lost track of the count. Is that only the second Mariah song that's been
Yes.
in the top
Yeah,
50?
second or third. Number 4, Nobody Knows by the Tony Rich Project.
Good. Oh,
was trying to
very
guess what you were
underrated.
gonna say.
One of the most underrated R&B groups. Tony
Really?
Rich Project. Yep.
Okay.
Oh God. Number 3, Because You Loved Me by Celine Dion. Because you
Your Celine Dion is very close to a Peter Cetera. I gotta be honest.
I don't know who that is.
We do it at break, Nick. Don't worry.
What's the big Chicago song?
Number 2.
You
Nope.
are the love in my life. What? With a mouthful
Oh
of
yeah,
marbles.
yeah, no, I know what you're talking
Yes, I want to hear the
You
Celine
would know
Dion.
it, yeah.
They're pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Number 2.
I never thought of it
his
until
point.
now.
Number 2, to our point, what we were talking about, R&B game meets the rap game, or kind of compilation songs.
John B. and Tupac.
Nope. One Sweet Day by Mariah Carey and Boyz II Men.
Ah, there you go. Yeah.
Great song. That was a great song.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, number 1.
So
And
that's 3 by her, right?
Yeah.
3 with her, right?
At least 3. Yeah.
that we remember. Number 1, surprisingly, but it makes sense because I also own everyone I knew owned the CD. Los Del Rio Macarena.
Fuck yeah. There it is. I like it.
That's
Sorry,
number one.
Hey, Macarena.
I don't think I ever knew the name of the artist.
Los Del Rio, yeah.
Los Del Rio.
And that's 1996 in a nutshell.
Believe it or not, they had a full album too.
Oh, yeah.
I owned it.
Oh, I did too.
Not.
I did.
Oh, you're owning it. That's
Just-
for sure. You're owning it right now.
I owned it as well. I owned it.
Yep, you need to own this.
No
At the
shame.
behest of a woman.
No, just for me.
Oh, yeah, you're owning
Dude,
it.
I was like 12.
Completely owning it. I respect that.
I'm not
You would bring
sure
this up live on
the fact that you were 12 had anything to do with it, but
No, it was the fact that that was like the biggest song of the time.
yeah,
I fucking loved it.
right.
So I went and got the cassette that had all their other songs on it that were terrible.
That's
But-
weird because I had the CD. So why is he buying a cassette?
That's what I had in my room, a cassette player.
That's
Yeah,
depressing.
I could
A little
see that.
behind,
I
yeah.
could see that. Well, your dad was old school.
Yeah, well, I mean, if he really loved me, he would have got me a CD. But
Fuck's sake!
Time for a break.
It's time for a break.
Okay, so this has been a very rocky road. Jimmy, I'm sorry. Did you want to say something?
It's been a very rocky road.
Yeah. Yeah. Shut up and enjoy these friends of ours.
No. Hold on. That's not how we do it. We got to make a clean break. If we don't make a clean break, it's never going to work. And nothing has been clean about this episode. So, out there in Facebook land, thank you for sticking with us. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Thanks for sticking with us. It has been an interesting episode thus far. But all the fellas are coming in the room, and we're happy to be back with you.
Ecstatic.
Oh, yeah.
So we've done a couple of things thus far. Funko This mixtape mashup, and we've made it through a couple of technical difficulties to get to the second half, but here we are. And I want to jump at this point, Cory, into gentleman's agreement. So, what we have is we got a couple of folks who've got reviews to give. Jimmy Pappas does not have one to give, so I'm going to ask him to take kind of a back seat to this segment. But when we do new assignments, I want to include you.
Well, I do need to receive one. Cory said he had some info to
From a
past one, yeah.
a movie that you've. Yep. So, do we want to start with that one then?
well, what the past one was Scent of a Woman that you gave to Danielle.
Right.
And some listeners have actually watched it on our behalf,
On our recommendation.
just based on our recommendation.
Okay.
And a certain listener actually reached out to me and said it's now something that she's watched several times over. And she wanted me to tell you personally, and I knew you were going to be coming on the show, so I wasn't going to text you and do it impersonally. I was told to do it in person. that she loves the movie, and it's now her new favorite movie.
Awesome.
So
she had not watched it before.
No.
That's awesome.
And what was it?
Scent of a Woman.
I have about 10 of them that if it comes on at any time, it doesn't matter what I got the next day, I could have the most urgent interview of my life the next day.
Yeah.
And I'll watch that thing. And I'm somebody that needs to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night.
Did you say 79 hours?
7 to 9. Somewhere in there.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter. That's only going to get me 2 hours sleep. Doesn't matter.
You know, the funny thing is, the Scent of a Woman came up in the last couple of weeks, and I can't remember who brought it up, but I said at that time that I'm like, I need to fall asleep to something that I've already seen, and that was at that time when it came up. I swear to God, it was in the last 2 or 3 weeks. I said that is the movie that I was rewatching every night, all week long. Like I would put it on, and it would I'd start at the beginning, and I'd fall asleep maybe the first 20 minutes in, and so the next night I would go to 20 minutes in, and I would start again, and I would fall asleep again. And I just needed it, and so I've been working my way all the way through this movie all week long, and it just happened to be that somebody mentioned it on the show as a reference, and I'm like, that's crazy because that is what I've been watching all week long. So it's fortuitous timing that you're here this week to comment on your previous.
Some great words tonight. Copious.
It was probably how long ago would you say that you assigned it to Danielle? Do you recall?
Yeah, it was.
Was it like a year ago?
Last time I was on the show here.
Yeah,
We figured that much.
Which would have been at least a year ago.
Yeah, I mean, past the pandemic, because
I think it was 2012.
You were here with Nick Selesky, right?
Yeah, you know what? It might have been the night with Nick Selesky. Yeah. So it would have been before the pandemic, because, I haven't gone out.
That wasn't the when we had like the table up against the wall. We were doing like a panel interview. Was it?
No. It was
No panel interview.
It was. We were still doing the video by the GoPro.
Yeah.
There was a table over here, and kind of one over there with all of me, you, Danielle, Bob. We were all over there,
And the two of them were
it
sitting
was
right next
a
to you.
small table
Yeah.
Yeah.
over here with Nick and Crabby.
Okay.
So, yeah,
how we've grown.
Yeah, it's come a long way.
Oh, shit.
So
I can say that as a listener and a frequent viewer and listener.
And Cory, you
No doubt about it.
remember
Awesome.
who Crabby's cousin is, right?
Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terry Chrétien.
Our
And,
Terry.
And she's jumped in the room several times and commented on a lot of stuff. So Terry, thank you very much for listening and being part of the show. And
we work
Great
with Terry.
softball umpire, too.
We work with Terry. Terry's
She
awesome.
was.
She's great.
Great softball umpire.
All right, Cory, you had to watch As If They Were Angels,
yeah,
assigned by
Scotty
Scott
Ward.
Moore. Scotty Ward, yeah.
Dude. Okay, so it tugged on the heartstrings right from the beginning because
So, quick 30-second synopsis first.
I'm
Get
gonna
to it?
do my
Okay.
best.
Got it.
It's a World War II documentary about a ship, a destroyer, two destroyers that went down, and the men that were lost on those destroyers, and that got me really kind of choked up at the very first opening scene. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna lose it all throughout this entire documentary.
Yeah.
But then it turned into a story about it was two destroyers that went down in U.S. lands because they ran aground and they basically just lost their way. They didn't even get into the war.
Okay.
So it was great to hear, and it was a great documentary. But it was more about the people of Newfoundland that came to rescue the
Of who?
Newfoundland.
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 There you go.
That came to rescue all the people aboard the ship.
Okay.
And man, the story, because there's still some people alive from the incident, and hearing their stories and what they did and what they went through to rescue these naval officers off ships that they could have easily just been like, yeah, sorry, the Navy has to come rescue you.
Yeah.
It was basically it was a 3-day rescue that they had to get these guys off a cliff. That was the closest thing they could get to in a nasty sea and a storm that was going on for 3 days. And the amount of effort put in by the Newfoundlanders that
The who?
Newfoundlanders
Okay.
that went in the rescue effort was absolutely amazing. There was a lot done from the guys on the ship as well. The one part of the documentary that really hit me was Bo Parkinson was an actual naval officer on the ship, and he basically tied himself off onto the bow of the ship and was allowing guys to use the rope that he tied himself off to get to shore. And he was the last person to leave the ship that was alive and
Okay.
be rescued. And all the people in town were taking all these naval officers and getting them around fires, trying to get them warm, trying to rescue them. He was walking back to the campfire as the last guy off the ship took his last breath as he was walking back.
It's a documentary, right?
Yeah. And dude,
Sounds like I'm gonna need to watch it.
dude, it's and what really got me was, and as it will you, I would think, we had Uncle Don that was in Vietnam. Both my grandfathers were in World War II as naval officers, so this could have easily been them. And it sucks that it happened, here in the state, or not really in the States, but it happened here. It wasn't a war fought story,
Right.
but it was a bad enough story, and a lot of these guys wouldn't have been alive if it wasn't for the great people of Newfoundland that came to their aid and took them in their houses and everything. It was very touching, very very moving. So, it's not the best review, but it was touching.
So you're giving it up to Scott for the recommendation,
I am. He tugged on some heartstrings.
and you're recommending it to the listeners and the viewers.
I would, but be prepared to be saddened, and it's not an uplifting documentary by any means. So, as if they were angels.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Nick Bader.
Yeah.
You had to watch McClintock.
I actually had to watch two different things.
Oh, that's right. Wait. Let's go back. The week before, you needed to watch The Departed.
Yeah.
Was that from Todd Dillon?
Yep.
Okay. And so if he's not listening live, because it's Mary's birthday, I'm sure he'll listen on the replay. So your thoughts on The Departed?
So The Departed, I'll be honest with you, from being in law enforcement for a while, I wasn't expecting that. I saw little bits and pieces, kind of like, I don't even want to say like a trailer, because I didn't. But my assumption of it was like it was some kind of mafia movie. And man, was I surprised. It was nothing of the sort. It was predominantly police movie. And
Was that because, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, was it because you had watched Goodfellas in the past?
I don't know. I thought that I saw like a, to put in Cory's terms, a snippet or a clip it of The Departed. But I was sadly mistaken, or actually happily mistaken, because it was not a mafia movie. Not that they're bad, but it was like a predominantly police movie, and it took place in Boston. Yeah, what's up, Crab?
Maybe it wasn't a mafia movie.
I mean, it was
The Irish mafia.
Yeah, it was the Irish mafia. Yeah, my definition was always
You're thinking
Italian mafia.
Italians?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
gotcha,
But yeah,
gotcha.
it absolutely was. You're right on that aspect
okay.
of it. Yep, absolutely.
But he's also coming from a law enforcement perspective that maybe he saw it as
It was-
more than 50% law enforcement.
Yeah, but he's right. He's absolutely right. Yeah, I saw the furrowed brow, and I'm glad I asked. So, yeah, absolutely. So,
Good nonverbal pickup, Nick.
yeah, the funny part is that I'm very Irish, and I was in law enforcement. So the movie itself was a fantastic movie. I almost don't like movies that have that many cameos in them, and it had so many.
Hang on though, they weren't cameos.
I mean,
quote,
they
quote,
were
unquote.
main characters.
They were all
We're
main
getting another
characters.
ruffled brow.
but they
Well,
were
no, hold on. Who were you thinking of as a cameo?
not cameos, but let's see. Just to look at it for face value, it was Mark Wahlberg and what's Matt Damon and
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Alec Baldwin, Leonardo DiCaprio. It had the what's his face, the dad from the actor
Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen was in it. I mean, it was just one scene
Alec
after
Baldwin.
That's what I said. Yeah, one scene after the next of big name stars, which I think is amazing. I do. I think it's fantastic. But to me, if I want to get lost in the fiction of what I'm trying to watch and to the believability of it, it's difficult when there are that many recognizable faces.
Fair enough. I'll give you that point. But do you not think it was written well enough?
Oh, it was fantastic.
How did all those guys do in their parts?
They did a fantastic job. Mark Wahlberg, of course, playing police officers, he does a great job at that. There was a twist in the movie, which I think is why Todd Dillon gave it to me, which I loved. There were a lot of aha moments and a lot of, oh, fuck you, like that I literally got out of my bed and was like, oh! And I was like angry, but it was a good angry because it was a twist, and that's what I like, and I wasn't expecting it. I think of all the big like mash-up big actor movies. That the small amount that I've seen, this was probably one of the best. They did it really well. It wasn't like, how's it going? Just to show their face. They actually there was good acting in it. But that's always my first instinct is okay. It's gonna take away from the movie for me because I'm gonna be focused on all these big actors. You know what I mean? I like someone that I don't know blowing me out of the water, like, oh my God, you did a fantastic job, and it's believable because you don't have that recognizable face. You know what I mean?
But the key is, though, despite seeing the big names, the Alec Baldwins, the Martin Sheens, the Matt Damons, the Mark Wahlbergs, did they suspend disbelief enough to the point where you could say, I forgot that I was watching.
There was a
Martin
point
Sheen.
I got lost into it.
That's a huge compllement to an actor.
I would say,
absolutely.
I think everyone's parts in that movie were so well written and so well displaced to them as an actor. There was really no one that completely shined in that movie. It was really about all of them, and it came together to me seamlessly.
Oh, I mean, I think Leonardo DiCaprio's character shined, and it pissed me off. I mean, he was a main character, but it pissed me off.
Why did it? You're not a DiCaprio fan?
No, it pissed me off at the end of the movie. What transpired. But
I think enough people have seen it by now.
It was still spoiler alert.
Let's say spoiler free. I mean, so far we've been spoiler free. I think we can continue without the spoilers.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I like to continue without spoilers because there's a lot of people out there that like the show and like to listen afterwards when they're doing their own thing.
Yeah. But
don't necessarily want it to be spoiled. And I'm telling you, it's great. So, and we've heard from Cory's friends and mine and a few others that, hey, you got to be careful what you're telling people to do because some of us take this to heart and we watch the shit you guys tell us to.
Right. And for the one guy who just doesn't watch a lot of movies, for you to recommend it carries more weight than if I did or Jimmy did or Cory did.
Yeah.
So great pick. Second was...
Hold on.
Yes, sir. This is a review, not a question board. But anyhow.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little upset. I'm not gonna lie.
What are you upset about?
So, first of all, none of those people are cameos. There was only one cameo in there, and I'm very upset that you did not bring it up.
I don't know actors like that, so I may have not noticed.
Well, it wasn't an actor. It was actually, I guess I wouldn't say a cameo of an actor, but more of a name.
Okay.
So the movie, The Departed, was based on a Chinese film, I think. Japanese, called Infernal Affairs. So it was a reworking of that story.
Yeah, Bob's going to go a lot deeper than what I
But
was.
because it was based in Boston, it was
Not
based
shocker.
on a famous Boston mafia figure.
Yeah.
And I think that's the name that you're talking about.
No, and now I'm
No,
fucking
it's
disappointed
not.
in you.
Oh, okay.
The entire set, Cory, butt plug and all, I'd rather be on this side right now.
That's
Wow.
right. That's right.
Go explain yourself, Crabby.
Yeah,
Is Jimmy Pappas not in that fucking movie?
that's true.
Yes, he
yeah,
is.
Jesus criminy. I cannot believe it. And I can't believe it was like one of the first things.
yeah, that's true. Because they were looking for him, right, or something like that.
No, they set him up for a murder. Jimmy's
Yeah.
not having a good day. Right
Yeah,
now.
Jimmy Pappas. Yeah, they came
Down in Providence, yeah.
I do remember that now that you said that. But yeah, that's.
So anyway, go on.
Thanks for bringing that.
Continue on.
As self-serving as that may be.
You think self-serving? You think there's a lot of respect to it. You think you know a guy. And,
So,
Any further thoughts on The Departed, Crabby?
yeah, and drink more Makers for 46 if you don't mind.
so
No, that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got.
No,
everything
that's
else you just said. I would just say the cool thing about that movie
Sure.
that I found, and I think it might have been even. I think I would have respected this more later because I think I learned more about this later. I think initially when I saw that movie, I thought everybody that was in that movie got paid like a star, and then. Not getting into it, but there's some things I learned about the business later on through some things, and to find out that, I mean, like Martin Sheen didn't make shit, and neither did Mark Wahlberg.
really,
And no, they were like literally paid like the fifth and sixth
Scale,
actor
yeah.
in that.
You get
And
to
so-
that point, and you gotta make some decisions. I would
No,
assume.
no, like
Oh,
they,
no,
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 like
no.
there was even stories behind it. Like they picked it because you said because the script was so good
Uh-huh.
So
that they picked it. They said I want to do this.
So regardless of the money,
that,
Mark
like-
Wahlberg specifically. I heard
so,
Mark
so,
Wahlberg
they're-
talk
so
about it.
basically they said like we can't afford to pay you what the first couple A-list
Leonardo
actors would
DiCaprio
No.
was the star of that movie and got paid, and Matt Damon was number 2, and all the rest of them were 3, 4 as you go down.
hold on. The movie was directed by Scorsese. So Martin Scorsese has done. He directed Goodfellas, which you were assigned and you watched.
Correct.
A number of other movies, but had never been nominated for an Oscar. But was so well respected as a director that everybody else, lower than Damon and DiCaprio and Jack Nicholson, all just said, "I want to work with on this." Scorsese's got a flick coming up, and the script is about. Let's just say it's based on the Whitey Bulger character from Boston. I want to be part of it. I don't care what you pay me. I don't need my regular
Yeah.
fee. I just want to be part of it. And so they cast them in those roles.
Yeah.
So it's not because they're like, we can't pay you. It's not because they're like, hey, I don't need the money. They literally just wanted to work with them. Like, I don't care what you use me for. I want to work with you.
And the other thing was I heard about this too is not only just with him, but those guys together, like they were all cool with each other. Like it wasn't just about working for him. When they heard all those guys were starting to come on, they
There's
all wanted to work
like
together.
a ripple effect. Yeah.
Yeah, and they all,
I will say it seems like that group of guys and that cast seems like they would get along very well together.
yeah, and I dig that kind of stuff. I mean, it would be like all of us meeting down the line someplace,
Right.
some project.
Are you
Not
comparing
besides
us to the cast of The Departed?
Are you the man that
No,
destroyed the buffet?
And I'll apologize because I didn't bring up Jack Nicholson, and he did a fucking phenomenal job.
Yeah.
I mean, just absolutely fantastic.
The hand in the bag.
Oh my god.
That,
He
by the
should-
way, was all improv.
Oh, was
Like,
it?
wasn't in the script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So-
Now, ironically, Nick, too, this is one of probably my top 10 favorite movies.
That was great.
And all the rest of those movies that I was talking about before, like A Scent of a Woman,
Yeah.
where if it's on, I'll watch it no matter what time it is. Departed, I won't do it with. But it's one of my favorite movies.
Gotta be in the mood for it, or
Well, you know what? It's so intense with some of the things, like Bob was talking about, like if it's late at night, like I won't, even if those other ones I might get 3 hours sleep, but watching Departed, I won't get any hours sleep. You know what I mean? Like, I'd just be like,
Yeah, there's movies you were like, I know what happens. It's a comforting like blanket that I can use to fall asleep around. But then there's other ones where like if I put it on,
You're gonna watch it all the way through.
I'm not gonna sleep until it's done.
Got to stay awake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm so geeked you liked it, man. Just unfortunately,
it was
didn't
fantastic.
bring out the Jimmy Pappas thing, but
no, that's all right.
it's all good, man.
So number 2.
Love your house.
Thank you. Number 2 was
Home.
Number 2 was McClintock, which was a John Wayne flick. Never, surprisingly, as much as I love country music and the whole Western mindset, and from being like Southern mindset kind of thing, never ever saw a John Wayne flick ever.
That was the first John Wayne movie you've ever seen?
Ever.
Wait, hold on. Didn't I give you a Blu-ray of The Searchers? That was my dad's.
Yeah, and you said, it doesn't matter. It's not an assignment.
No, it isn't. But you still never watched.
One
Okay.
day, if you go
One day. All
downstairs.
right.
Yeah.
So one day, hopefully, that will.
Yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen for sure.
God, I wish I'd known that before I signed this to you. I did not know that was your first
Oh, dude,
John Wayne film.
it was amazing. It was really great. It was, starting out, it's so rough. It's such a rough road with dated movies. It's to get yourself back in the mindset of the time. It's difficult, and you see all the isms that are going on, and it from watching something recent to going back to that, for me it's hard to get back into. But after that 15 to 20 minutes of getting invested and kind of reprogramming your mind to watch a dated movie, sometimes it can just take you away, and that's what the movie did for me. It really did. The acting from the boyfriend in the movie, which I also thought was pretty cool, and little Easter egg I ended up finding out from doing the X-ray and searching was that it was John Wayne's son, and I had no clue. One of John Wayne's sons.
Patrick Wayne?
I don't know any actors. Yeah. So, but for me, it was by accident. I just happened to be looking up. I'm like, who are all these people? And I'm searching, and they're like, oh, this is John Wayne's son. He's in a lot of movies with him. And I'm like, what? So that was like, huh? Like that was really cool.
I take offense to that.
But it was
supposed to be a Scooby-Doo reference.
No, but it was cool that, he's having his son play the boyfriend of supposedly his daughter in the movie. But it was absolutely fantastic. It was my own fault that I waited so long to butt up these, bookend these movies together. But it's a 6-day work week for me, and I did 4.5 hours of movies. So,
I can't believe you watched both of them.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest with you.
Outstanding, Nick.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
As much as I was upset about you not mentioning Jimmy Pappas, I'm more impressed.
So a question for you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Given that was his very first John Wayne film, if it was up to you to assign him another John Wayne film, which one would you assign to him?
I was over here just hoping you would never ask. I can't stand John Wayne.
But you know that he really loves westerns and that.
I never watched the film.
You really never have?
You know what happened? I will explain what happened.
Sure.
Is the westerns that I watched prior to John Wayne were the Clint Eastwood westerns. Right. I fell in love with those so much. The John Wayne, I just
couldn't get on board.
I can't stand him. No. Okay. Public Enemy came out with the Fight the Power song, and in the middle of Fight the Power it says, Elvis was a hero the most. Elvis was a hero the most. But it didn't mean shit to me. And he said, motherfuck him and John Wayne. And I was like,
what?
I'm like,
yeah, bitch. Yep. That's
first I was like, man, my dad will hate that. But then I was like, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I just couldn't.
Okay.
It's just one of those things. And I know I am in the minority of that. That's
no, but the way you explain it,
I think
understand.
It's Clint Eastwood thing. I thought about it over time, and I'm like, I think it's Clint Eastwood because I probably watched 3 or 4 Clint Eastwoods prior to that.
Yeah,
it kind of got me on that, on that spectrum, and then the John Wayne thing. I was like,
I mean, you picked your team. There's
well, without knowing
Eastwood camp and Wayne camp, I'm sure, and it's got to be divided. And yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's no other and to be honest with you, it's like Eastwood and no other camp. Like there's no other westerns. I guess the closest,
he set the bar for you.
Closest quote unquote western that you would say. I mean, one of my favorite movies is Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Oh, I'm right there with you, buddy.
And then the other Redford one, or not the other Redford one, the other Paul Newman, Cool Hand Luke.
Oh yeah,
you're thinking of the salad dressing.
He might be.
The Newman salad. As soon as you said that, I'm thinking hair. I'm thinking salad for the hair. I'm like, no, it wasn't that curly then.
The salad dressing was his own.
Stop it.
No. So I was hoping the whole time Nick was talking, I was like, man, I hope Bob doesn't ask me a John Wayne question. Just the fact that I wouldn't want it on recording either. Just the slight chance my dad could hear this, and because he'd probably disown me. It took me to 25 before I started liking Kalamata autos, and my dad wanted to disown me.
What?
Right.
Oh, don't worry, I've got a 3-pound tub of them upstairs if you want some.
Oh, I do. I'd eat the whole 3-pound tub now. But until I was 25, I didn't. My dad used to say I was the mailman.
It's gonna get weird here after the.
I've got a snow shovel. Just open your mouth when we get upstairs.
What Greek doesn't like Kalamata autos? So my dad's always 25. He used to say I was the mailman's kid.
These are actually imported from Greece, so we got
that's the best kind.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do a Schnozzcast shot right now. So if you are listening to us in the future, you can take this opportunity now to pause us.
And I just want to say also, just a side note here, is that Jimmy Pappas drinks straight bourbon. So if you ever see him not drinking the shot and drinking out of his glass, I am drinking straight whiskey.
We may be listening to this in the year 3000.
And you're back. Please
Cheers.
join us. Cheers. Alrighty.
Where did you get the olives from?
Restaurant Depot. So we have a membership through where
Who's
I work.
we?
My uncle, who's an executive chef.
The royal we.
I work with him. I'll catch you up when we go upstairs. But
Oh, he's got a change too?
oh yeah, yeah. All the food photos. You never seen any of that on Facebook of stuff I'm posting?
Yeah, but if I was in your kitchen.
He's scrolls past it.
I'll show you. I'll show you
Nick, I'm
later.
not even kidding. I was
Year and a half I've been working with him.
all those photos, Nick, I thought were coming out of your house. I was like, man, Nick is just
Nick's got a lot of time on his hands.
not that. I'm just like, Nick is tearing it up in his kitchen. I'm like, he's not- and I know you got the sweet ass back, area, and I'm like thinking grill and smoker and all that. And I'm like, Nick is just like,
So Jimmy's going to bed every night going, Nick Bader is the hardest working man in show
Yeah.
business.
Can I just point out that I really appreciate you pointing out that I have the sweetest back area. That was
oh,
nice.
too,
That
it's
made me
badass.
feel nice. Thank you.
The best thing is, before break, I thought it was awesome until I saw.
He has the sweetest backyard.
If you would have a pool, it would make it the best.
Okay, that's what I was looking
All
for.
he's got a pond.
All I heard was back area. So
Pond might be good for you.
Yeah, but if you just have a pool and nothing else, I mean, that's not shit.
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
So anyhow,
I believe you came on a podcast previously that was
Corey,
pretty
it's
much
not
catered to
It's
you.
not a competition, Corey. It's not a competition.
The poolside podcast we did?
Yeah. What's that got to do with? If you just got a pool, it doesn't mean shit. I'm not talking about you.
No, I know.
I like your house. I like your mom's house. Right?
Yeah. Be fair.
I am.
His
Yeah,
mom's
because she was
house.
awesome. She was a great house.
That is twice tonight that Corey's been stopped
She
dead in his
ran us
tracks
out
by Jimmy Babbitt.
Fantastic snacks, and yeah, that was a great night.
Snacks. They were entrees. She kept the entrees like
She
rolling out to the
did.
backyard.
Yeah, I did feel like it was in a Margaritaville.
You got a pool. What gives?
Yeah.
You want an award for it?
So anyway, Nick, I just thought you just took like cooking, under
To another level,
Yeah,
right?
like I'm Greek. The cooking's in our blood. You know what I mean? I thought maybe it just hit you and you were just going. I never once thought it was someplace else.
But you looked at the pictures, you're like, oh, so he's working in the backyard and he's cooking these amazing meals, plus working an 8-hour-a-day job.
I thought it was 12 hours.
So
I'll be honest with you.
Doing what?
Just a quick snippet for you, and I'll catch you up later. My uncle is from London by marriage.
He's from London.
He's from London, baby.
Well, he's not from London by
And
marriage.
he went. You're right. That's what I said. And so he's from London.
I'm with you.
Okay, so hold on one second. Which one is Bob's? All right. So he's from London by marriage, and anyhow, so he was an executive chef. He worked at the whatchamacallit hotel. What was it? The Beatles song.
Okay.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds?
Is that a hotel? I have no idea.
The Beatles song, Bob, that they sang about
Make that
the
hotel.
Savoy.
it's not.
Savoy Hotel in London.
Savoy truffle. Yep.
Yep. He worked at the Savoy Hotel in London, which the Beatles sang about Savoy truffles, which was the dessert. But
I know this is not going to be popular either. The Beatles are right there with John.
Jesus.
With
oh my
with,
God.
Okay.
with
Anyhow, before you guys went on that road,
So
hold
go
on,
ahead.
hold on.
Go ahead, Nick.
So anyhow, executive chef went to school with Gordon Ramsay. Went to school with him.
Is he as big a dick?
No.
Wait, is Gordon
No, he's
Ramsay
not.
with the Beatles and John
No,
Wayne
he's
at the
not.
same shit bucket?
No, he's not. Actually,
Mike's a bigger dick than.
no, Mike's not at all.
Nick, I'm focused on you. I got you, buddy.
Actually, he told me, he said, oh, yeah, Gordon, yeah, he was an asshole, and we were going to, before college.
Love your uncle.
And he's like, oh, he came on to, not came on to him, but he's like,
I was about to say, I love your uncle even better.
What?
no, he's like, he came up to me, like, incorrectly, like didn't come correct to him, basically what he was trying to say. And he said he laid him out. He said he just knocked him out on the floor.
Dude, where's your uncle tonight?
He's been here, but he hasn't been on the show.
No, but I mean, is he working or anything? Can we go see him
It's
after?
a whole thing.
Yeah, it's a
Dude,
whole thing.
that's
We'll
fantastic.
tell you later, but
Yep.
the guy's brilliant. He's a brilliant chef, and I've worked with him for the past year and a half.
He does make some great food, and Nick has learned to make a lot of it as well. And,
Dude,
Nick, the stuff that Nick brings back,
I think it's fantastic though. It shows you what Facebook how it can
Misconstrue.
and you're not even trying.
Right.
Like just totally me on my end. I'm like, fuck, Nick is just
Look at that
killing
kitchen.
it. I'm like, Nick is absolute. I'm just looking at the
It looks
finished.
bigger than when I was there last
No,
time.
no, I was actually just looking at finished products. I
Yeah.
don't think I ever really saw any of the kitchen stuff. I'm just looking at it and I'm like, man, Nick is freaking killing it. I'm like, he must just be like, dude, I am like culinary. I'm going at it right now.
I think Crabby must think that I own a record store on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh, look, Nick made 15 lobsters and
No, I
tenderloins.
got that bit.
Oh,
I got the
Bob
Saturday
pressed
morning
15,000 records.
bit.
this
Saturday
weekend.
morning bit. I got that. I got it.
But you never thought that I pressed those records in my living room.
Not
Okay.
even for a second. Not even.
He's aware you can't do that.
No, I just do the bit. I mean,
With you, no chance.
No chance.
Nick,
But
there's
yeah.
a chance.
Yeah, legit.
well, he's just showing them.
Yeah, I know. I get it. I've seen it. I've been there.
It's fucking food. But to answer your question and somehow come full circle, he belongs to membership to Restaurant Depot, any kind of restaurant. That's where we get the supplies or anywhere around
North
here.
Side, yeah.
So
Where's the closest one here?
you got to have the in Dearborn actually.
There's one in Dearborn.
And you have to have a membership. We went in
You got
and
one in
it's
Troy.
surprisingly amazing things in this
And that's
place.
how you got the Kalamata? Yeah.
And the Kalamatas, yeah, dude. Giant container.
If you ever want, just give me real quick, if you ever want like smaller version of that stuff and you want it imported from Greece, you're not too far away. Right on Dick's in Allen Park is Monroe Bakery, which used to be the Monroe Bakery that was in Greektown when Greektown was truly Greektown before it became run by the man.
Now, it's not, are you sure you're sure it's not Lincoln Park? Because my favorite intersection in Lincoln Park is Dixon Champaign. So I'm not sure what you're telling me, but
Yeah, I don't know, but Monroe Bakery.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
No.
Not touching that one.
no, Monroe Bakery.
Yeah, so if you ever want something local and you want to get the Greek bread, the imported feta,
Uh-huh.
the imported feta and all that.
Right.
You want a smaller scale so you don't have to buy shovels worth. You know what I mean? They got it there, and the imported Kabbalah.
Really?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that was the only thing, even though they moved out of Greektown, the best thing was, I mean, not for me living in Ferndale now, but the rest of my family living downriver, best thing was is they moved the bakery downriver. so I was like, that sucks, but that's fantastic. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So.
Jimmy and Pappas come alive in the last half. All right, let's do new assignments for next week. So, just looking at the randomized formula.
I feel like you didn't even run it, but go ahead.
I totally did. You want me to run it again?
Can we, before we get into this,
Yeah.
1 second here. You know what? Did you ever get the actual, for my assignment to Danielle, what was her actual review of
Son of a woman.
Son of a Woman?
She's gonna have to give that to you.
Okay. Maybe I can call her or
that's-
Yeah,
something.
now, I don't know why she wouldn't have given it to you. She should have given it the podcast right after she came back having watched it. Because the rule has been, like, you don't have to be here for her to give her review.
Yeah.
I think that was the weird time, right when we were going into COVID, and
Yeah,
we started doing the remote podcasts.
right.
Yeah, and this just would have happened. I mean, we're talking only 2 months ago, too. Like, she initially, when I gave it to her,
Yeah.
it wasn't free on any of the streaming services. And then 2 months ago, I saw it come up, and I just happened to hit her up with a text and say, hey, it's on there. Take a look at it. She's like, oh, I'll have to watch it. And I never got a response back, so.
Right.
Yeah, I think it occurred right when we were going into COVID, and we were doing the remote podcast,
Yeah.
and she wasn't on the remote one because it was too much bandwidth for our house to even take in.
Yeah, there was a bit of a challenge that we had.
So it was just
Okay.
me on there. So
So,
Okay, maybe I can call in or something on another podcast. And
no. So what'll happen is the next time she comes, I'm going to remind her that she needs to give that. If she says, "Oh, I gave it already," I'll probably ask her to do it
yeah,
quickly
she
again,
would definitely do.
and then I'll shoot the link to you so you can at least hear that.
So we're gonna have to figure something else out. I mean, I've been noticing the viewers like spike up to 6, drop down to 1. On the second half, they've dropped back down to 1 again. Terry had let us know that there's a lot of static. I just reviewed some of it, and we are going in and out all the time. That noise that we had before. So I don't know what that is. We'll have to do some kind of
look into it.
trial and error afterwards. And so we apologize if you can even hear us, but listen to the audio podcast. Hopefully, it should be crystal clear.
Let's finish that up, and we'll do some testing, figure it out going forward. So so new assignments. I have Nick. Cory has me. Crabby has Cory, and Nick has Crabby. So while everybody got that?
Yes.
Everybody good? Jimmy, you good?
I got Cory.
Yep. So while you're thinking about that, I'm going to give you a bit of a window to think about it because I forgot to give my review.
That is true.
Which was what, Cory?
I don't have yours in my notes, to be honest.
You don't remember what you assigned me?
Oh, I assigned Danielle last week.
No.
What did I assign you?
The Goonies.
No, that was me, buddy.
Was that you? Fuck!
Yeah, I was saying, dude,
All right.
take better notes.
Hold on. I don't take notes on who assigned what to whom, but I remember that you two
I do.
motherfuckers were cackling like
Yeah.
schoolgirls
It
about
was-
the fact that I got assigned this movie.
It was hilarious because
Yes.
you should have seen it by now.
and
Absolutely,
right.
100%.
And so, but I happened to be at this table looking directly at you, so I thought it was you. So aside from Nick Bader, I had to watch The Goonies.
Yeah.
So, The Goonies came out in 1985. The Goonies is a movie that was executive produced by Steven Spielberg, but directed by the guy who did Superman, Richard Donner. And from all accounts, it seems like this movie was just sort of a cash grab on the type of sort of teen comedy / adventure movies that were going on. But Steven Spielberg basically gave the screenwriter and the director free rein to do his vision, which was, I want to see a movie with a bunch of adorable kids going on a crazy, fantastic adventure. And just go. And that's what they did. So Goonies was in 1985. I was born in 69, so I was 16 almost by the time that The Goonies was released. So I was a little bit too old for it to hit for me. What do you mean, no? Have you seen The Goonies? When did you see The Goonies? How old were you when you watched it, Cory?
I've seen it several times over now.
How old were you when you watched it?
Probably about 13.
Okay, I was 16. So
Well, you didn't watch it at 16.
it doesn't matter. The age that you are when you watch it is how you perceive it.
Okay.
I'm not talking about the year you watched it. I'm talking about how old you were when you saw The Goonies.
But you refused to watch it at 16.
Well, it came out when I was 16, so I had a choice, and I'm like, fuck this movie. It doesn't look interesting to me.
Okay.
But it had already been out for years by the time that Cory watched it. And Cory, as a 12-year-old boy, said, yeah, that's a movie that looks interesting to me, and it had a big impact on him. I don't know how old you were when you watched it.
Much older than that.
Much older than 12 or 13?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and it didn't have a big impact on me. It was just a movie I saw
Yeah.
throughout the years that I knew it was a big production and a big movie,
Yeah.
but it wasn't something that I sought out. So I'll
You
give
found
you
it
that.
on you found it on your own?
Basically, yes.
Okay. For me, it was like box office hit of 1985. It was not number one. Number one in 1985 was, any guesses? Crabby?
No idea.
85.
I wasn't alive.
Best, top movie of 85.
Come on, buddy.
It was
You got this.
Can I get a
It was a
friend or a lifeline? Or?
it was a huge factor in the movie itself. The year 1985. It was a point that they returned to over and over again in the movie.
Back to the Future.
That's it. Number one movie of 85. Back to the Future. So, as a 16-year-old, or I guess it was 15 and a half at the time, I was a Back to the Future fucking fanatic. I loved Back to the Future. It spoke to me like nobody's business. It was about a teenager who thought he had it all together, sort of figured everything out, had a crazy friend who was like...
Everyone knows Back to the Future.
Yeah. But not everybody knows the Goonies. So in comparison, the Goonies, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm looking at the Goonies, and it's got some big names in it. It's got Josh Brolin is the older brother. It's got Corey Feldman, who rose to fucking infamy on the back of the fucking Lost Boys and sex tapes, and I assume whatever else came after that. Yeah, a lot of shit. And some of the girls that were there, Carrie Green was a big, like, 80s teen star. Martha Plimpton, I don't know if you know the name, but we've seen her in, like, a ton of shit, you know, growing up when we did. So I recognize a lot of faces in this movie, but the one face that I recognize that I'm like, oh, motherfucker, it's Short Round from fucking Temple of Doom. was the kid with all the gadgets on his belt was fucking Short Round. I'm like, I know that kid. I've seen motherfucker. I've seen you in Temple of Doom 100 times.
It's Chinese.
Yeah,
Korean, Chinese, Japanese.
I didn't want to be so racially insensitive, but that's fine.
Nick was looking at me like, what are they talking about?
Because he's never seen Temple of Doom. I got it.
So I want to give him a little answer.
I can't remember do you remember what the character's name was in Goonies?
Fuck no. No, I can't.
Right. So Short Round was in the Goonies, but I'm watching this movie going, I get what they're trying to do, but they're trying a little bit, they're trying like way too hard. Not to mention, every bit of dialogue in that movie, it's like everybody's screaming. Like they just told the kids, like, just shout everything you're going to say. At the top of your lungs, how you feel about what you just saw or what you're going to do or how mad you are at this guy over here or what you're going to do, just shout it out. It got to the point where I'm like, I can't fucking take this anymore. I really can't. I get what you're doing. I'd heard about this movie. I'd never watched it all the way through, so I will say thanks for making me watch it all the way through. It connected some of the dots that I really had. There was this big, ugly guy who was in the movie who I found out was John Matuszak, who played football back in the day, and was in. Do you remember the movie Caveman?
Oh yeah.
With Ringo Starr and Catherine Bach, who he actually married. John Matuszak was in fucking Caveman, and I remember Caveman being on TV in the '80s, and watched it in my parents' bedroom while they were fucking asleep, and they didn't know. And I'm like, oh no, I want to watch all the adult movies that I can. John Matuszak was a motherfucker of an athlete, of a football star, who died at the age of like 37.
He was like the first one, now they haven't proven this, but he's like the first of the steroid users. So he had a brain cancer.
I don't know what the cause of death was, but he was super young when he died. In fact, he died like 2 years after the Goonies was made. He died in like 87 or 88. So it was great. So a lot of the movie was like, oh my god, I know that guy. It was like a big, walk down memory lane for me. But at the end of the day, I tried to watch it, going like, how would I feel about this movie if I was 15 and a half when it came out? And I'm like, I just don't know that I would have. It just kind of passed me by. I outgrew it before it came out, and I'm glad I finally got to see it at 51. But like, if I was 15 and a half, I don't know that I really would have been interested in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Correction. Not steroid and brain cancer. He was a. Take that back, just for the record.
For the John Matuszak estate.
It was the other one. It wasn't the steroids. It was the overdose on pain medicine.
Pain meds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he had an enlarged heart too, but it was.
But he was taking pain meds since he left the NFL.
In it, yeah, 38. Yeah, he must have left it. Yeah, at that time, probably left it. Yeah, because they were leaving the NFL at.
Okay.
35 at that time, yeah. But he was a beast. On the Raiders.
Yeah, he was fucking.
He was on the Raiders.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's my review of the Goonies. But thanks, fellas. Right. Thanks, fellas, for assigning it.
Good 30-second review.
Dude, do you know how long you guys' reviews were? And
Not as long as that.
Two of them. Yeah,
I know. I know we go long, but
yeah. Plus, I thought this was one that you guys were
no, dude. That's
happy to
very
sign it to be instantly not interested in my review.
Dude,
No,
not
definitely
the
interested.
case. Not the case.
All right, so I've got Nick, Corey's got me, Crabby has Cory, and Nick has Crabby. Who's ready to go?
I thought I had one for you,
Thought you had one for me?
Crabby, have you seen Fractured?
No.
Netflix, watch it. Fractured. Yeah.
Movie or series or
Movie.
It's a movie.
Got it. All right, Crabby, you have Cory.
Cory. First of all, let me ask you: were you a fan of The Sopranos?
never watched it.
Well, there you go. There's a good idea.
Next, go somebody else.
Let's go to somebody else.
All right, Bob, I got yours.
Okay, go ahead.
Spycraft on Netflix.
Show or movie?
It's a documentary, believe it or not. It
Fucking surprise.
Cory loves it.
I got it. Spycraft. Okay. Nick Bader. So you just had a Western. I could go with another Western just to sort of cannonball that shit.
Okay.
Cannonball, ripping at you.
But I think based on what we've been talking about, I want you to watch Set Up a Woman.
Okay.
Jimmy, you approve?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever. This is the first time I think I've heard of it. We get assigned twice to two different people.
I think we determined that we could do that.
Yeah, let's not go into. For the love of God, let's not go into.
No, we've
we've
talked about the rules a couple of times. So
everybody knows rules. One bite. Everybody knows rules.
yeah. Okay, so that leaves Jimmy, given recognition for Cory.
I'm looking here. Cory, did you watch The Sons of Anarchy?
yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I did.
Unfortunately, so you didn't care.
Not a fan,
Not a fan.
but you watched the whole thing.
I did. Actually, and Joe can attest to that.
Okay.
That's impressive. Joe's not on this podcast any longer. I'd like to introduce the next segment called Fuck Joe.
Wow.
Let's see.
I don't see Joe. I don't see Jimmy getting
It was
Joe's podcast.
it was actually more for his cousin Kimmy at the time.
Okay.
Dude,
Yeah.
I thought you bring a good guest on here.
Dude, if
Yeah,
He's
was
putting a
that-
little bit of thought into
anybody
it.
with an
You know what we could do?
that was ready to
Normal.
go.
We could. Do you want to close it after this, or you want to do a little? I think we still got maybe 10 minutes left. We could do a quick pick of the week.
Someone said they had a pick of the week, so
I do have a pick of the
Right.
week.
But I'm saying let's
let's do
go
it.
right into that, and you can come back to.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the time you get to my pick of the week, I'll be ready for fuckface here.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
I'm completely annoyed.
So you still got a graphic, Cory, for pick of the week?
I do.
Let's do that. So for pick of the week this week, I will kick it off, so Jimmy can have some time looking for a pick for fuckface over there. My pick of the week this week is for the Boston Scally Company. In honor of our special guest and his triumphant return, James Pappas, and his Kangol cap. I thought I would give a shout out to the Boston Scally Company for the Scally cap that I bought. Joe's also bought a couple of their Scally caps. I've got a good friend, my friend SOB from Pawtucket, Rhode Island, who also is a frequent customer of the Boston Scally Company for Scally caps. So if you're looking for something along those lines, you don't necessarily have to be Irish, clearly. You can be German.
So where is it?
You go online to...
No. Where's yours?
It's at home.
Why aren't you wearing it?
Because do I really want to upstage Mr. Pappas wearing the Kangol with my own Scally for some reason?
Yes.
Plus, it's the summertime. I don't wear fucking Scallies in the summertime.
You don't wear a hat ever. So
I do. I've worn it on the podcast. Not in the summertime. It's too fucking hot to wear a hat in here.
Usually only we're out on the river.
I don't understand what you just said. So we'll say bostonscally.com. If you're interested, take a look there and you know what? Feel a little bit Irish just for a minute.
All right.
That's my pick. Corey, you got one?
I do. I know I've reviewed Duke Cannon products in the past,
I have.
but this is a very specific one.
Kook Dannon?
Duke Cannon.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a dry ice deodorant.
Wait, hold on. Is it from Buchanan?
Yes.
So you're doing another Buchanan product?
Yes. Very specific one.
Okay.
Dry ice deodorant. Dude, you put it on. There's a chilling effect all throughout the day.
So it's aptly named, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, very.
All right.
The only thing I'd say, go get it and try it out. It's the best deodorant I've ever purchased.
Okay. But you have to buy it online, right? It's not available in stores.
No, Target sells it.
Target does. Okay. And we are not sponsored by Duke Cannon
Or Target.
or anyone else, for that matter.
Yes.
But I will say, going forward, and after this review, not excluding this review, we probably need to put a rule on that. I'm not. What? So the manufacturer, like, you get one recommendation. You can't do multiple, like, I'm going to do one Duke Cannon product and then a month later I'm going to do
Come
another.
on. All right.
So I'm going to let this go. No, this is good. I'm going to let it slide and go. But I think going forward, like, if I was to come back home and I'd be like, hey, there's a new Boston Scally cap, like, I would expect you to go like, okay, like, come on.
I get you. But, dude, this is a way different product than anything I've ever
No,
had.
but it's still the same manufacturer.
I get it. But it's that amazing to actually bring up the manufacturer again.
Okay. But from now, Duke Cannon is off the books from
All
now
right,
on.
gotcha,
No more
I
Duke
gotcha.
Cannon. You got to cover.
Fair enough.
Nick had a similar product that had come up a couple of times that I think slid under the radar. I can't remember what it was, but along the same lines. Like,
I get
okay,
it,
we
I
got to
get
cut
it.
the manufacturer
I
on
get
like
it.
one per pick. All right, Jimmy, you ready with a gentleman's pick for Corey? Or you still need more time? You got to put that mic right up to your mouth.
You want gentlemen's
Let's
agreement?
close out the gentleman's. Yep.
Okay. Have you seen the Man on Fire with Denzel Washington?
I have.
All right. So,
Good luck, buddy. Keep going.
Nick, you got to pick.
Have you seen?
No, okay,
No, it's all good.
Yep.
I got some backups here.
All right, keep going. Keep going.
Have you seen the series on HBO Max, Mayor of Eastwood?
No.
Okay, so Mayor of Eastwood.
Mayor of Eastwood.
Mayor, M-A-R-E.
I think it's East Town.
Easttown. Oh, hold on.
M-A-R-E of East Town.
Hold on, let me double check.
I think
just
so.
had this
I've not
conversation.
seen it, but I think Tony was raving about that.
Easttown, yeah, Mayor of Easttown. He was going to watch it, yeah.
M-A-R-E.
M-A-R-E.
Mayor, like Mayor is her like a horse first name.
Yes,
Yeah,
Mayor-
like
Mayor.
like a horse. Very much like a horse.
All right.
All right, Nick Bader, you got a pick?
I do. Pick of the week for me is going to be Lamomo LED neon flex lights. I just put them around my bar outside. They're completely waterproof. They basically are flex. Yes, Bob.
Yes. Very slowly, the very first word you said, the manufacturer.
It's Lamomo. L-A-M-O-M-O-N.
Got it.
LED neon flex lights. They're basically very flexible silicone rope lights that are LED, but there's no way to discern if they're LED. They don't have the individual diodes that you see. So basically, it's like a flexible light made of silicone that emulates 1,000% any color of neon that you can think of, like a neon sign that you pay a lot of money for. And I put mine outside. They look awesome. They're really, really bright. But yeah, LAMOMO on Amazon. LED neon flex.
All right, sir. So, all right. So, Jimmy, back to you. You've got the pick.
Yeah, I just want to make sure this has not changed and I didn't miss it. I mean, it can be anything, right?
Anything. It doesn't matter.
So, pick of the week, and I was asking some of you earlier if you watched the series Entourage that was on HBO.
You did.
Pick of the week, and I kind of came a little bit late to the game on this, so some people may already know about this, but I feel like a lot of people don't. But as regards to the series Entourage, they have started a podcast called Victory Podcast with Doug Ellen and Kevin Conley and Kevin Dillon. And they started September of 2020, and I'm caught up to about end of March right now. And they're doing two things. They're watching the series, so they're discussing episodes, but then they're also having interviews with, like, if anybody's a fan of the show, Sloan, who was I can't think of her first. Emmanuel and Shakiri. So any of the people that have been on there, they're having interviews. They had Gary Busey, which was freaking fantastic. It's fantastic. And they're talking about behind the scenes stuff. I mean, they're as raw as it gets.
Right.
And they're also trying to put feelers out there that do they need to do a reboot?
A reboot or a sequel?
A reboot. Yeah, so reboot. Okay. Yeah, so
like a whole new Entourage,
or continuation. Not a whole new, but a continuation.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is. When I say really, really good, it is my favorite podcast right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So besides you guys. So
thanks, bro. That is
locally. I mean, your people are like close to my heart. You know what I mean? When I say favorite podcast, I'm talking about like outside world. You know. So, yeah, Victory, the podcast, and it's kind of cool. Kevin Conley, who was on the show, okay, if anybody that watched it, he has started his Action Park Media, which he has probably like 20 podcasts. He has a studio and everything. That's his thing now. So he really produces it, and it's really Kevin Dillon and Doug Ellen, and Doug Ellen was the creator of the show. But they even have had associate producers in, and people that were casting producers and behind-the-scenes things. And Jeremy Piven interview that went so long that it had 2 parts to it. Yeah, I'm telling you, if you're a fan of the show, this is the shiznit, and it is awesome. And it goes anywhere between 40 minutes and an hour. So.
Not too bad.
And they do. They started out just doing once a week, and now they do 2 a week. They do an episode and then an interview.
Right.
So, yeah. So that's my pick of the week.
Outstanding. All right. Well, that's it for episode 128. Thank you for joining us. Please visit us back here again next weekend for episode 129. On behalf of Schnozzcast, this is Bob. Nick Bader. Say goodbye.
Oh, have a good night.
Cory.
Good night, everyone.
Jimmy.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming.
Peace.